What's up, boys?
Yes.
Christmas version.
Yes.
Here we go.
You can't handle the Pluff Christmas edition.
We can see in the background we did a little decorating. We can't really see it too well, but
It's cool.
Eye Candy Randy has his ugly sweater on with a little
Ready.
Rudolph. We got Optimus Prime with his antlers on.
Yep.
It's really kind of hard to see.
Very
Roll
festive.
out.
And then in the corner here we have Boba Fett with his antlers on. These mics kind of get in the way a little bit, but
It's all good.
And that's
So-
not really a
It's the-
tree. That's Groot
that's good.
with a Christmas hat on.
A little hat on. We have some snowflakes going and some
the
little
Charlie
tinsel around
Brown
the
tree
pictures.
grew a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Let's go back. What did you call him?
That's Eye Candy Randy.
Eye Candy Randy.
Yeah,
I can't
you know,
Randy.
I mean,
That's good.
just look at
Tina.
him. You know, he's eye candy.
Dina Verteber
Yeah.
was the one that named him during the contest.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
that's
naming
good.
contest.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Eye Candy Randy, and we got the crew behind us. And then I got my crew right here.
Yeah.
So we are ready to rock and roll for tonight, and so we'll start it off right. Okay, Merry Christmas to you boys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Chickadee's finest.
That's
Chickadee's
right,
finest,
Chickadee's finest
right
right here.
Chickadee's finest.
Salute.
And Dan.
So
Yes.
we are gonna celebrate Christmas. This is actually gonna be out before Christmas. I'm gonna try to have it all set and ready to rock and roll
go.
by
Oh, nice.
Friday.
Let's go.
Dynamite.
I worked very hard this weekend getting the other one out.
Yep.
And great news, Kim has 2 people already, or maybe she said 3. I'll have to look at the text, but it might be 3 people that have already called her since the podcast came out today
No kidding.
and signed up for coaching.
And like they said, I saw you on the podcast or whatever. Or?
Yeah,
Wow.
everybody
That's how you
signed on the
gotta do it.
podcast, so
Power of the internet right
Yep.
there.
it really helps when people share.
Yeah.
Share.
That's
you
huge.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad when people actually have to watch these things, but it does help other people.
Of course.
So
Of course.
You got to put like tags on there. Go to the good part.
when people watch it,
Yeah.
it's like charity. You know? So, all right, what do you guys want to get into tonight?
No, I mean, well, first off, let's welcome
Oh,
back.
Dan, it's right. How rude
well-
am I? We got.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
the OG.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was going to
Mac.
jump right into it.
episode 1.
Episode
That's right.
1.
What
Still,
I'm
by
saying.
the way,
Coming back.
Still highest number of
highest
views.
number of views.
Because it's the
Nice.
first
Right
show.
there.
It's the first show. You was setting it off, man. That's what it is.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
humble, man, but you got to take the win.
No, but
know?
it's something when you called me and we said we set a date and I go looking, I go, oh, I gotta get back. It's surgery and all this other stuff's been happening, but I was giddy as a high school boy as an elementary kid at Leonard Lavoie, waiting to come back and be on this.
Get on the wall.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, put on his Sunday best.
Yes,
and got out of here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is good, man.
Yeah, and another recurring.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's just goes,
Dan,
I'm Dan, I'm
Dan
here.
the man. Dan the man. Dan Juan DeMartino.
Dan Juan DeMartino. Santa Claus. This holiday season.
Damn, he had some good parties back there.
He did.
Oh my God.
The Holiday Inn.
The holiday, is that what you said?
Holiday Inn.
Yeah, that's
Holiday Inn.
what's referred to his house as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the Holiday Inn by Pride on Burnett
Oh,
Road. I'm like,
no.
that's sketchy.
Holiday Inn.
There's a lot of other stuff. going on
Holiday
there.
Inn. Yeah, we had no pride.
Yeah, there was no pride there.
There's a whole lot of everything else. But
Yeah. So the family was really nice to help me decorate for Christmas. And we have some really cool stuff on here. Of course, we got the candle that says "All I Do Is Win."
Oh, yep.
Shout out to Shannon for
Hey.
hooking us up with the candle. It plays on every podcast. I actually showed her the picture last time I saw her, and she was definitely like, "That's awesome that you have
Yeah.
that." And I really appreciate the fact that she gave that to us.
That's nice. Malicious Women.
Yep.
Company.
Yeah, and it's got an awesome smell to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And they come in all sorts of like the tears of my. What was it? That one says "All I Do Is Win,"
All
right?
they do is win. Yeah.
That has
Infused with
tears of my enemy.
the tears of my opponents.
Of my opponents, yeah. So, yeah, that's a little
yeah.
strong.
Christmas gift for
I might have
for
to,
the track people.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the
Damn.
person that gave me that is all about winning. Like, she will, whatever it takes, and I appreciate that.
Nice.
So we have the coal right there
yes.
for anybody who's been naughty.
Candy coal. I'm actually going to give one of these a shot.
Yeah, listen,
Candy
you're at your own risk if you eat that. I don't know where that came from.
I'll give it a full review.
So if you get the raging shits later, it had
All
nothing.
right.
I didn't do it. We have the Swedish fish.
Oh,
For
right.
Matt over there,
It's too
that's
close.
his jam.
It's too close right now. Ooh,
Prognosis
what you got, Brett?
What is it?
It's not bad. It's like a milk chocolate with like some Rice Krispie things in it.
with a compote,
no compote.
or what do they call them? They always make a roux.
And surprise tonight. We didn't know Dan was coming tonight.
No,
This
I
was
didn't
a
know I
surprise.
was on VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
So all of you guys out in YouTube land, there's always an extra seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't need an invitation. We have an extra seat. If another person shows up, we can swap people out
Yep.
halfway through, and everybody gets a fair shake. So
Just play musical
Do I
chairs.
get
Regular
Do
podcast
I get
orgy.
the axe?
Yeah, I know. Dan and I talked about it this afternoon. We had lunch together, and I was like, "Hey, if you're not doing anything later," he's like, well, maybe I'll go, but not sit in." And then he's like, "Well, what time you pick me up?"
Yeah.
So
Can't go to the beach
Yep.
and not get in the water, man.
Done it a ton of times.
he's like, I'm gonna go sit over there. I go, the hell you are.
Yeah, I thought I would just be lounging.
You're on, baby.
Tag
because
you
you
in.
knew you would have been like
You're
trying
welcome.
to say something, and then no one will be able to hear it anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Get tagged in, man. That's it.
Remember before, like especially when you came at first, we had to have the little box in the corner.
Yep.
Put you on over there.
Yeah,
like
the
we gotta
penalty
stop
box.
this.
Yeah, it was like
nonsense.
4 people, and I'm like over in the corner. Yeah. No, this newer setup is just perfect. I think.
Yeah.
Because there's even room for one more over here if it ever got to that point, and everyone would still be in this kind of.
It's like the progression of technology.
Yeah.
You
We moved,
you go,
right?
you go back to the.
You moved things.
So yeah,
Yeah.
It progressed. Like we had it going diagonal at one
Yeah.
time. We had it
Camera used to
shifting
be over
around.
there.
Big fish tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big fish tank was
okay.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I
this
didn't
is
even.
They killed the fish.
Yeah.
You know what it took me to move that thing?
Yeah.
I mean, we did it by myself. I did it with a blanket and dragged. Now we were just talking. You just got over having hernia surgeries.
Yeah.
I had hernia surgery not too long ago, and I'm lifting this. I don't know what that thick that glass is, but that thing weighs like 500 pounds.
Yeah.
I moved it though. I moved it 3 times. I moved it over, then to the other side of the room, and
And
then
he broke it, and then all the bags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right. Whoops! I dropped it.
it's
I'm real
amazing how much
upset.
lighter that
Yeah,
gets. when you
yeah.
make it.
Put tape up all on the glass, like trying to make it.
That's funny, right? Yeah, I didn't break it. If that was, that's what my wife and my daughter would be like. I didn't touch it, and they were just down there.
It's a national award. That's what you need here. You need a leg lamp next.
So I just spoke to a guy the other day that does those live wood edge tables,
Yep.
and so he wanted to know how the podcast room was set up. So I sent him pictures, and he sent me back a picture of a U-shaped piece that they would carve out the middle,
Yeah.
and then we'd be able to put everybody around that table, and it'd be U-shaped. So it's expensive.
Yeah,
thinking-
I'm not quite sure what it has to do with the leg lamp, but
You gotta get the sponsorships on there.
So the cool thing about it is he's going to embed axes, 4 axes into the table. So I thought it was pretty cool.
that is
Like
what's
in
up.
the surface
Like
of
in,
it.
in
And
the
then like a-
corners. So the corners will be your stands.
As long as it's not four X's, because X's, I don't want nothing. Nope.
So X's X's axis
maybe some O's.
on the axis. They'd be the legs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually
So he does a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
But that's he'll tell her anything what you want. He had Star Wars tables where he does the Star Wars, all the X-wing fighters and stuff in the middle of the
Yep.
table with the epoxy and stuff. Yeah.
That'd be dope if it was
That
like
was-
a Millennium Falcon.
well. Let's not. We won't shout them out yet until we know. What kind of
So
work. He
we're
does.
working on something right now
Yeah.
where I'm going to give him literally like a lifetime shout out on the podcast every podcast. I still have to pay a pretty decent amount of money, but
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Get
Yeah,
that,
I
get
know
that
what it takes.
sponsorship
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
there.
you gotta do that.
so there'll be no resin in the table. We kind of figured it out
just
to be just
the wood
and
U-shaped
he'll
thing.
epoxy it and
Yeah.
he'll do all the other stuff. It just won't have.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Axis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the axes as legs is
Yeah.
And how we got
axes acting as legs.
and that
I
happened
cut
through
you down. I
conversation.
hold you up.
It happened through conversation where I just started talking about what I wanted to see, what kind of cool stuff, and I said, I saw a table with axes on it. He goes, I could do that. I've done it. He goes, I did a table
easy.
with it. It takes
Simple.
me a little bit longer to do it, but I can do it.
Yeah.
And then he does,
Because by the time it's time to put the 4th leg on, you don't have anything else to cut wood with.
Seriously.
Yes,
You gotta think
coping
ahead.
sock.
You gotta
He's
think
like,
ahead.
"Will that fourth one be a coping sock?" That's all I got.
It's detachable.
He's like, yeah, it's good. I gotta have an axe.
He just leaves his Milwaukee chop saw in there.
Hey, that's not cheap.
No.
But yeah, that actually sounds pretty. I love that live edge woodwork and stuff like that. And Dan's quite the crafty woodworking.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to have Dan make our table.
We'll have a table off.
Well, so, and I'm
An axe off.
Put it on live. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, I wish I had. I don't have pictures of the little whiskey decanter we whipped up real quick one night.
oh, you sent me some.
Yeah.
We have 'em, yeah.
And it was an old whiskey barrel, and I was just giving that as like a secret Santa or Yankee swap, whatever you call that thing.
Yep.
And this guy's making a sign. He's got it all burned. I'm like, shit, I gotta fucking step this up. So he had a cut off piece, and I'm looking at it, and he goes, "You can do something with it?" I'm like, "Yep." Within like, I don't know, 10 minutes, I had a full holder with shot.
It was like a-
nip holders.
So it's like a miniature whiskey
Countersink.
barrel that you could like
Oh,
pour
shit.
booze in, and it had a little
Yeah, I got it,
dispenser on it.
Yep.
You know, so like he made like a stand for like I had this just like piece of rough cut wood, and he drilled a hole in it, and like the whiskey barrel mounted in it, and then he drilled some holes and stuck some nips, like so they were like merchandise
Oh, that's
behind it, so
cool.
you could
We're
like
talking
pour,
about little
That's
bottles.
skills like that,
pour the
man?
nips in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like what
Wow.
I don't know. What did you work on? 45 minutes in my garage?
Not
with,
even.
like, with like cordless
Wow.
tools. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And is it lit up? Yeah.
And it lights up.
Oh yeah, I had this little like
Yeah.
hockey puck like size light thing just kicking around in my garage. I'm like, here, dude, put this underneath it.
Yeah.
And he ended up like mounting the light underneath it, and yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave it that away as a Yankees. Jeff Vermette got it.
Can you send that to me so I can put it on the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at you.
I got skills.
Got skills to pay the bills.
Let me tell you something. I could barely hang these pictures up straight. And this
tell.
guy's making whiskey decanters. It just goes back to I can't sing or draw either. I don't know what I'm good for, man.
You got a nice voice.
Yeah.
Do I? Yeah.
That's true.
I sound good.
Maybe podcasting is your
Podcast.
thing.
You should try
Maybe-
that.
You should do a podcast.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got the face for radio, but this is the avenue
I mean, artificial intelligence come a long way. You got those deep fakes. You could just start deep faking yourself into Tom Cruise. Just do it gradual though. So people are just like, oh, Jeff's looking good.
Yeah. I'd actually, my idol would be Morgan Freeman. Can you imagine starting a podcast as Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
I just saw an AI generated like deep fake Morgan Freeman like yesterday on like one of the social medias where it was like a guy and it showed just like a normal dude just talking. And then it was like split window, so like you could hear him, but then a slightly louder was the AI Morgan Freeman. I'm like, this is fucking Morgan Freeman.
Well, if you watch Star Wars and you watch, what was it, the Obi-Wan? I think it was Obi-Wan. Forgive me, world. Don't hate us. The new Obi-Wan series that just came out, Vader's in it, and James Earl Jones signed over his voice.
That's right. I remember that.
He's
Yeah.
not
So it
doing
could
it
have
no
been
more.
something like that.
Yeah.
And you couldn't tell that it was computer generated.
No, but it was face and everything. Like you have just like the most basic looking white dude, like Johnny Average. Like you could not be any less like you were just like
We're at the chicken be high, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was that guy, Johnny, Johnny Anonymous. But and then right above it was a computer generated Morgan Freeman, like in his.
He looked nothing like Johnny White Guy.
No,
That's amazing.
yeah, he looked.
Definitely not
It
red
looked
from Shawshank.
I mean, that's true because actually you could just be a very shitty version of Morgan Freeman and still not look like
Yeah.
This
is like pre Robin Hood.
Now, just imagine going forward the fuckery that people are going to do with
I know.
stuff. And how do you? I mean, some of this stuff is so lifelike. And I mean, you look at some of these new video games that are coming out. I mean, I just got the new Modern Warfare for Xbox on the new Xbox. Like, game over, man. I was playing the multiplayer, which I haven't never done in years. Like, I don't think I've played a multiplayer. I mean, the campaign.
I was going to say, what do you play against yourself?
That's just in the mirror.
plays with
I
himself.
fucking win every time.
I am the best.
He is the best at playing with himself.
That's true. That's true. God knows I'm the only one doing it.
Nice. Oh,
Well, sorry. So I put the campaign in one day because I was just bored.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is insane. Like you almost at some points couldn't really tell It was
I just
that.
killed
Yeah.
someone.
They come down, they come downstairs. He's hiding under the couch. He's like, someone was shooting at me.
So just imagine, like in another 4 years, what this stuff's going to be able to do.
I mean, look what Ferris
crazy.
Bueller did, and then with the little recording and the.
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Look
Yeah.
where we've come since then. So much easier to skip school now. Actually, no. They call your. Actually, no. They called his parents. Yeah. Yeah. We need a Ferris Bueller
9 times.
9 times.
Bueller.
Anyone?
That was a great flick.
Simone, Fry.
Right.
So are you guys any special movies you guys watch other than like the normal stuff? Like any do you have
Can we talk about that on this?
yeah, I think so.
What, like for holidays or?
Yeah, like for movies, like do you have a special day that you watch it on?
No.
In a certain movie, like is it like a tradition?
No, not a special day, but like, there's an ongoing argument in our house. It's really just my kids and I against Paula, where Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a
definitely
Christmas
is.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we make sure we watch that at least a couple times, once we get in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
And like this year it came real early because like she started setting up the tree and we were all getting ready to pitch in, and I think I had like The Walking Dead on TV because I've been rewatching that, and she's like, could you at least put something else on? She's like, I don't even care if you put on Die Hard. And I'm like, well, Mom said it.
Yeah.
It's Christmas season. We're putting on Christmas. So we watched Die Hard while we set up the Christmas tree and everything, which was cool.
See, I think number 2 is more Christmassy than number 1, but it even has snow in it.
Number 2 was at the airport one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well. I mean,
That's a good
it
one.
doesn't have snow in it, but it's got the
fake
bonds
snow,
at the end, like and they look like snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're at a Christmas party. Shit happens, it's
They
Snape's
play
in
Christmas. They play Christmas music in it.
yeah. But you know what? I think we're gonna have to add Die Hard 2 to the repertoire because I don't even think the kids have seen it.
Yeah.
And I
Now
forgot
do you have to
that
watch it right after?
No,
Is it 1 and then 2?
You gotta
or
wait
there
a
you
year.
go.
No, because we watch number 1 frequently enough.
man.
Can't do it back to back.
Yeah.
I'm
Who does
I am no sequel. I am no sequel, man.
If you watch Die Hard 2, you're not.
I'm
it's
not a big fan of
sequel.
sequels either. As a
Nope.
matter of fact,
No, but they did.
I kinda
They
shy
did.
away from
I'm
that.
not either, but they did okay
Hard
with
2 is
2.
really
Yeah.
great.
They did okay with
You
it.
can get me on Rocky 2. You could probably get me on.
Wait, so you were saying Rocky 3 and 4? No, Rocky 3?
No, like
Dude, Rocky 3 is the best one.
Rocky 4.
a couple
And
of sequels,
4.
but a couple of
3 and
sequels,
4.
but a lot of movies I can't do.
There's a big
the part
hole in your
2 or the
philosophy.
part 3s.
Whoa.
I just can't do it.
I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah, I mean 3 and 4.
Well, 3 with those, yeah, but
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah.
Jaws 2, no.
No,
Jaws
Yeah,
3,
no.
no.
no, but it was one of the first movies in 3D.
A Nightmare on Elm Street
Friday
3.
the 13th 2, no.
No,
Yeah,
or
like-
3, or 4,
you know, you
or
can't.
5.
Jason 27. You know.
How about Bourne?
But those aren't. Those aren't really
It's
sequels.
not-
That's like a
yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Godfather 2.
Oh.
All right,
Well, you can't mess with- oh, hold on a minute.
Okay. You want me to ruin? You want me to ruin the whole thing?
No, I know how it ends.
Don't make me ask you to leave.
Careful what you say.
I have never seen Godfather.
Wow.
All right,
I've been on this earth 47 years.
we're getting you. I got the blue. You got a Blu-ray DVD
I got
player.
it. Yes.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
I'm gonna call your
got
school,
cable?
and I'm
Yes.
gonna.
I was actually the last family in Chickabee to have cable. But yeah.
I don't know. It might have been a race between me and your family, but I don't know.
Damn. But I swear, never saw it.
I'm gonna call your job and be like, listen, he needs a couple days off.
Shoot.
And if I
Call
tell
them, please.
and if I tell them why, they'll probably be like, oh, you're right. I had no idea.
Yep. They're going to tell you, no, he gets all next week off.
Yeah. You know what? We'll give them all next week.
They're going to be like, thank you for reporting that to us.
Yeah.
We're on this right
You
now.
could even have an extra Monday.
Yeah.
Mr. Griffin to the office, please. Mr. Griffin to the office.
But in addition to Die Hard, which is in debate, the classics, Christmas Vacation. But
Yeah.
that's actually not even a Christmas movie for us. We watch that
All year long.
Oh, yeah.
all
Yeah,
year
you
long.
can watch that anytime. You
And
can watch that
we'll
anytime.
those.
That's a sequel.
Again, that's more of a
But
series.
it's not, but not like a part, but a part 2.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
directly correlates
Yeah.
with.
yeah, like it's a different adventure
Yeah.
every time. It's not like
In a different
You know.
family too. That's the whole thing.
Much.
yeah,
They reference the old
more or
family,
less.
Step family.
Yeah. And let's see, Christmas Story,
Got
of
to,
course.
got to,
got to.
And then the thing is with Christmas Story though, not to cut you off, but I can watch that all day long on
Yeah,
Christmas.
just repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know it's on, or Christmas Eve. You know it's coming on at
Now, isn't
9
there?
o'clock.
Don't we have something on cable that plays that all day long?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it goes all day
9
long.
o'clock. So
yeah,
9 o'clock or 10 o'clock Christmas Eve, it'll start. And
Oh,
I
really?
don't
There's a
care.
channel that does that?
yeah, well, TBS.
Yeah.
TBS or TNT. And they'll play it all, but it's, we will keep watching it. Like,
because it never stops. It's
you,
great.
you watch it and you think, oh, something different is going to happen.
It never gets old.
There's no way his tongue's going to
He's
stick.
not
Oh,
gonna
it's
shoot his
stuck.
eye
Like,
out.
you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just classic.
It doesn't
It's
get
just-
old. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
My wife just told me the other day that she's never seen Nightmare on Elm Street or the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Blasphemy.
I'm like, that's a classic.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the brain injury that she didn't. You haven't seen it either? Oh my God, where have you been? You lived a sheltered life, my
I
friend.
have, man. I have.
It was out. When
I
we
don't
were in
go
high
out
school,
much.
man.
Griffins don't go out much.
It's all on TV. You don't have to go out. That's not an excuse.
I don't
the way,
watch
didn't,
like Pulp Friction. I don't watch Pulp Friction. No, that's a whole other movie. That's a whole other movie. Whoops.
Wait, we said we weren't talking about those.
yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Uh-huh.
I don't watch TV. I don't know. You know.
That's the sequel to Reservoir Doggy Style.
Now, didn't I just see on Facebook Pops had a birthday?
Yeah, he did.
How
Yeah,
old?
80. Wow. 80 this year. And
Pops rocking
you
out
guys
80,
know,
man.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys know my dad,
Yep.
man. Jesus. Yeah, doing well. You know, he's same house, same number, same hood. It's still all good.
Is it? I was wondering that recently because
Yep.
like I was talking to someone. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, back where Griff used to live. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's still there.
Still there. And, you know,
Yep.
and it's funny because I ran into a family at a basketball game the other night from Chicopee. And they had said, "Oh, I saw your dad. Like he was walking up to what's the store, you know?" And I'm sitting there going, "Helene's. Oh, nope, it's not called Helene's no more. Mike's. Oh, it's not called Mike's anymore.
Whatever it is.
But they had said they saw him walking, and like he's still doing good. I said, "Yeah, he's still gets out and got to go for his walks and everything." But
I remember we worked at the mall together. I
Yeah.
worked upstairs. He
Yep.
worked downstairs.
Yep.
And I used to go that way to my car. And I used to always kind of be around the front. I used to walk by, "What's up, Mr. Griffin?" And he'd always drop what he
Yep.
was doing.
Yeah. No, man, he's good. He's like I said, just turned 80. But
Shout out.
Yep.
he's loving life. You know,
for him.
He's a storyteller, man. Like you could just sit back and just listen to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
and he'll go on and just tell you anything. You know,
Yeah.
but you
And
guys know.
Oh
him,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And he always
he's-
has stories too.
yeah.
That guy can talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I got
And
a
all
bombshell.
the families, like he know, if I mention last names, he'll go, "Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah, yeah." And we just talk about, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah," and it's, "Oh, I remember," and
So I got something to share too. You never saw Godfather.
never saw it.
It's my first Swedish fish.
Stop playing.
No way.
Stop.
Come
Stop.
on. I don't believe
Come
it.
on.
I don't
Stop.
believe it.
I always thought
I
they
don't believe
tasted
it.
like licorice.
No.
Come on.
No.
Yeah.
Your first Swedish fish?
Ever.
Let's keep.
Ever.
Let's cheers.
Well, my friend, that won't be your
Yeah.
last.
I just got the
take it-
diabetes.
Take it from me. That won't be your last one.
The things are amazing.
I almost think you could put that in there and let it.
Yeah. Well, they make a vodka flavor like that.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And some of them are. I like the chewier ones. Sometimes, especially you get the small ones. They're nice.
Hard? That's what I always thought they'd be like hard.
No.
Yeah, that one's not hard, but those
candies.
are a little like harder. That you can get some like almost like
Gummy ones, yeah.
almost gummy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
But
trick
not
is you
quite.
just got to put it in and let
Still
it
the
mellow
same
out.
texture, but yeah.
I'm at
Yeah.
a bar. I'm at a bar in Boston, Sidebar. Little quick plug, and go use the restroom. Literally look up.
Not sure where this
They
is
got
going.
they got a poster. Swedish fish martinis.
Mm-hmm.
The best
He's throwing that
drink.
credit card down. Bam, bam, bam.
The best drink.
I thought you were
going
gonna
to
say they had like a
No,
like a
I
jar
wasn't-
full of,
no, I
of
wasn't
Swedish
even
fish
going-
like
I
this in
wasn't
the
even going
bathroom. I'm
anywhere
like,
crazy.
I look
It's
at
just
my
a fact
toilet.
of-
yeah. I'm like, you mean dudes who are pissing or grabbing the Swedish fish?
But
No, okay, never
anywhere,
mind.
but anywhere we go, like I'll look for that. I'll look for martinis. I'm like
Yep.
Swedish fish martini. Boom, got it.
Yeah,
Love
Pinnacle. Pinnacle makes a Swedish fish.
Yep.
Vodka.
Ghost Energy makes a Swedish fish energy drink.
Was it you I sent that text to? Yeah, I saw. I found it. Yeah.
Yes. So good.
It was
It's
so good.
Actually,
So
I got,
welcome
I got
to-
one right over here.
Welcome to
man.
Sweden.
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
just lucky we didn't have any of this stuff when we were kids, like all this
Swedish fish?
flavored vodka. And,
Oh yeah, yeah.
would've
Before it was Popoff or Poland Spring or Smirnoff. Like that was the vodka. Yeah. If you want it flavored, you had to know enough to like grab a bag of Swedish fish and let it soak in there
That was a little
for a
extra.
day.
That was the
Yeah.
extra.
Put a Zima in there.
Oh, Zima. I'll tell you what, I don't care what anybody says. Zima with a little grenadine.
Oh, that was great.
We did.
Blackberry schnapps.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, Rumplemans. Yeah.
Butter shots.
Zima with Rumplemans. It tastes like grape soda. Oh, it's,
yeah. I remember the first time I ever got really drunk was on Purple Passion
Purple
like
Passion.
2 gallon or purple.
Was that,
Passion.
it was
Yeah,
that,
a gallon,
it was
whatever
that
it was.
plastic
Yeah, the
bottle.
2
That's what it
liter
was.
soda
That's
bottle.
2 liter, yeah.
You know it's got to
Yeah.
be good if it comes in a 2 liter
Yes.
soda bottle and it has alcohol in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Genrose.
Yep.
Genrose had all that stuff, man.
I'm surprised that guy never killed us.
He
You know
was-
what I mean? Like,
I think he was
gave him
trying.
money.
Yeah, I mean, we used to
Jeez.
hang outside and ask the homeless guys to go in
Yeah.
there and buy us, and they were always like, "Yep, let's go."
Genrose and Dell's too. Dell's was, but
Yeah.
yeah, Genrose was the
Where was
spot
Dell? Which one was Dell?
next to the Bridge Cafe.
It's Lighthouse.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
No, it's Lighthouse. Is it still Lighthouse or is it
It's Chickabee Liquor,
Chickabee Liquor or something? Yeah, it's so original.
something like that.
Yeah.
We drove through. We actually shout out to the Bridge Cafe. We drove through the dining room today on our way to Chickabee Liquor.
Yeah. pulled right into the Bridge Cafe parking lot, drove right through the dining room.
Talk about best pizza around
Ooh,
Bridge
hey.
Cafe.
The
You know-
personal size was.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
is it's still open? Because I don't know.
No,
the whole building's gone.
Yeah, it's
No, that's
flat, and that's why we're saying we drove through the dining room.
Oh, okay.
because-
I didn't know if they
yeah,
turned
yeah.
it into something.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
They
U-Haul-
didn't even put asphalt down. They just left the hole full of
Yeah.
dirt.
Did they really?
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
They're like,
Yeah.
screw it, we're done.
it's a travesty. Someone
Yeah.
should have bought that joint. I should have bought that joint.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, amazing pizza.
Now, they must have knocked it down because was there any kind of health hazard or something?
No, but
It was a
U-Haul,
health hazard.
Well, yeah, the whole freaking building was a health
Yeah.
hazard except for the pizza. But no, U-Haul bought the whole
Oh,
freaking
did they
thing,
really? Yeah.
and they actually wanted to put up like storage units, like those. But
Double layer.
the neighborhood behind them keeps voting against it.
Yeah.
So there's, but either way, it was they were going to take the building down because they weren't going to do anything with it.
Yeah.
So they own that whole lot. They own the building where the liquor store, and it's a bunch of like small offices and stuff all through
They
that building.
blew out the back. So
how many times do you guys drive through Chickabee
Every day.
and then just see different areas and you think, oh, that used to be there.
Every day.
That was this.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this. And then it's how it looks now, a complete 180.
every time I go up to the Hukila.
yeah.
I miss that
Love
place
it so much.
Like
As
that
a
whole
Jersey.
section from Hugilau to Fairfield Mall.
Yep.
Nope.
You know,
How
Pop-
about this time of year right now? Hookilau is
Fuck
missed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Eve,
Scorpion
Christmas,
bowls.
holidays,
I'm
New
a-
Year's Eve party.
I'm gonna drop one. Who remembers they used to hang wreaths and put big fucking plastic candles up along Memorial
Oh,
Drive
yeah, remember that?
on the streetlights?
Yeah.
Oh,
the old plastic
yes.
candles, man. Oh
Big
my
plastic
god.
candles and foil wreaths and
Yes.
stuff. And they were so janky looking by the time
Yes.
and they used to decorate downtown with them too. We have Memorial Drive used to have it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the Hookilau is what got my wife to like me because Johnny, the bartender, was getting her drunk. So
Best place.
Do you either thank them or curse them? I don't know.
I definitely thank him. But
Okay.
that was a great place for us to hang out. And I had some great times in that place, man.
Yeah.
But it was anything. I mean, we had, with all of us the same
Cruise the
school.
Drive.
We had the dances we had there. We had hanging out at
Those are
night.
events. But hell, we even had our reunions there.
Reunion
Yeah.
reunion
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if mine were, but yours
When's
were.
our next one, by the way? Are we even going to have one again?
Or when am I crashing yours?
I've never been to one of mine.
I don't think he's ever had one.
No, we have. I've just never been.
No, they had. I crashed a couple
Yeah.
of
What
Did you
year?
really?
I went as Kevin Thompson. People like,
Oh shit! Actually,
Oh,
we
that's
should
hilarious.
have. We should be having
We gotta
another
have
one
one
next year.
Yeah, ours is next year.
Is it next year?
That's 30 years, dude.
Yeah.
Well, who's in charge of that? 'Cause that was the problem
Oh, wait,
for the
Rossi.
first.
All right. So,
No, Rossi took the helm.
so here we go.
Are you
And
shitting me?
We are on the internet.
Rossi?
It was Rossi, Terry, Tiggs, R.I.P. But yeah, it was those three. Were
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
Comp class 1993. Our 30th reunion is coming up next year.
Plus Dan.
God.
We need your help. Let's get it started. We need a place. We need a venue. Let's
call it
we
20
need people.
29 and a half.
Let's go.
To 30.
29 and a half.
29 and a half to 30.
go
Imagine
time.
that we've been out of school for 30 years.
30
next-
years.
Yeah.
30 years.
I haven't.
I don't feel a day over 60.
You know what's crazy? So I heard this on the radio. Yeah, I listen to the radio coming into work sometimes.
That's in the car
But
thing?
But I say to these kids now, I went to high school in the late 1900s.
Yep.
Like I heard somebody somebody talk about they're like, I was born in the 1900s, and I go, that sounds kind of funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these kids, nowadays, like they'll think about it and they go, you hear 1800s, you go, damn, that's old. 1700, damn, that's old. You hear
1900.
1900s,
and you're like,
Dan, that's all.
damn, that's old. But you think about it, like you say that in a conversation, you go, yeah, we graduated late 1900s. We're celebrating, next year's gonna be 30-year anniversary.
The roaring 20s.
Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
We're in the roaring 20s right now.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean,
You
who would
know?
ever thought if we would have sat back then, right? And I would have looked at you during graduation. I would have said, "Hey, we're gonna get this coronavirus."
You would have looked at me and said, "Hey, you don't belong here."
We gonna be on the internet.
Yeah. I don't know. Jeff pulls us aside like, listen, 30 years from now, we're all going to be in my basement drinking and talking on camera.
Can you imagine? Thank
Like,
God there
what?
was no cameras back then.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on,
kidding me?
what?
Oh,
Yeah,
are
and
you
we're going to
kidding
put
me?
it on the internet. We're going to,
terrible.
I'm sorry, Jeff, we're going to what?
I remember I was in college when an email came out, and I was like, people were like, "Yo, I sent you an email." I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Yeah, you go on the computer and type this in, and you'll get your." You know how much I lost out on because I didn't realize I had an email, and then like this internet.
Yeah, he had all these like Nigerian princes trying to give him $1 billion.
I could have rescued my grandson.
like all these things were like,
Sorry, Johnny.
Like go to your email, go to the internet. Like what?
What are you talking
Like,
What about fax machines, man? So when I started retail, everything was fax machines.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So I was the district mentor, right? So I had 17 stores that we had to get throughout the day. Periodically, we had to get some information, right? So I'm like, here we go, blast. I had to figure out how to do a blast fax to 17 stores. Figure that out.
Yeah, you had to
Okay, we
store
got
the
that.
numbers in there
Yeah.
so it broadcast it. Oh, yeah.
And then hopefully they get it at the other end because you always had that one store call and go, I didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and then sure enough, you look at the printout and you go, oh, it didn't go through.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then you have to wait for 17 stores to
The
fax
confirmations
back. Yeah.
and all that stuff, yeah.
What was worse, the sound of the fax machine or the sound of your AOL?
It's the same
Oh,
sound.
it's the same sound. Yeah.
It's that digital like chirping,
Yeah.
you know?
And I remember
Crazy.
sometimes my boss used to go like, you're supposed to have this in for 3:00. Well, I mean, I can only rush technology
Yeah.
so much. You know,
Yeah.
one person throws the wrench in the gears. You
Shit,
know?
when I first started like being in retail management, we used to have to we would text through to a beeper our
Oh, yeah.
numbers. So like we would be like put in our store number, and then we would like, you know, space and then put in like our sales volume, space, put in our warranty sales. So like he would get it and he would read it like a freaking single stream text across his beeper.
I remember Todd Martin walking around Bell Atlantic with his beeper on.
That's another never for me.
Never saw.
Never had a beeper.
Never had a beeper?
I
Never had a beeper.
I never had a beeper.
I had a
I
page.
did.
Never had a beeper.
I had a beeper. And
So-
I had a back phone. Remember when I had a back phone?
So here's the crazy thing about a beeper. So when I came back here, and I went to, everybody's like, you got all those the organizers and all that stuff or whatever. I went to so let's.
You went to Bridgewater. You didn't leave the country.
No,
It was Bridgewater.
Trust me.
When I came back from
Eastern Mass to Western Mass is a whole different.
Man, you make it sound like you went on tour.
He was in a padded room for 4 years.
But I had went to.
it's like when I was on sabbatical.
So this is gonna sound crazy old school, but going to Radio Shack at the Holyoke Mall, I said, I need to get a organizer. I don't want a beeper. I said, I want to get an organizer. Keep track of everything. They go,
Palm.
have you ever had a cell phone?
They're like, why don't you just get a smartphone, man? iPhone 6 is out.
He said, I go, what's a cell phone? Give me this thing. I swear to God, it must have been as big as
I was bigger than that.
big as that. And I was like, that's how I got my first cell phone.
That still works better.
Yeah.
True that.
Right?
Oh, the
'Cause,
worst,
like, because I was, they were like, I never had a beeper, but it was, well, I don't want a beeper. I don't want an organizer. I want to keep, your information together. Oh, put it on your cell phone. Okay. Years later.
Thanks for not coming to see me at Verizon.
Years later, you can like run a small business from it. It's like,
I had to quit because there was no business.
Yeah.
I'd give my right arm to go back to a BlackBerry.
Oh, I loved it.
BlackBerry
BlackBerry
changed my
Storm?
life. Oh,
BlackBerry,
yeah.
BlackBerry changed my
Q.
life.
Oh,
It did.
gosh.
It did. I was able to text and do all sorts of stuff. I loved it.
I went back to one. Hite got me one. I think it was like Ben Hite. I think he got it in like 2008 or 9 because I needed a new phone and I was on his plan. And I'm like, oh my God, they have a fucking BlackBerry again. Yeah.
Well, he left Verizon.
I know. That's why I'm laughing.
I got this thing and I'm like, this thing sucks. I'm trying to press buttons and I had such high hopes for it though. I loved my Blackberries.
I had a few and I liked them. I was anti-BlackBerry for a while, and then I got some because they need, they fulfilled some needs I had for work and everything like that. And then like they started phasing out, and just better smartphones started coming out, and I mean the fact their failure to evolve is
exactly.
Well, I think the thing with them is they wanted to keep it encrypted.
Yeah, legacy.
And then the government was like, not happening. And I think they started to put the kibosh on them.
No, a lot of it was like app related and everything like
Was
that.
it? I mean,
it was.
You couldn't. Their apps never ran on the platform.
Yeah, like they didn't alter their software, get their software close enough to an Android or iOS where it made enough sense for them, for app creators to make it on that platform.
And then with the one that I had, the last iteration of a BlackBerry, they were running Android, and they still screwed it up because they overlaid the platform.
Yeah. And I mean, you would think that. I mean,
then I found out no one else is on BlackBerry Messenger anymore, so it was irrelevant.
You're just like, I imported my contacts. I don't know. Yeah, nobody's responding.
Anybody out there?
Star.
Yeah.
all right, so here's how old I am. I gotta pull up the glasses so I can read up
okay.
close.
That's how old you are.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my life is falling apart. Years ago, RIM had a huge following in corporate America. It had an identity crisis. So
He said RIM.
I said RIM. It didn't play well with others, so you couldn't cross-platform it. Not getting so the iPhone started to trounce it. Is what it's saying here.
Yeah, and then Android evolved shortly after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the iPhone would have killed everything if they had an actual deliverable iPhone. Like, oh man, let's go Swedish Fish.
Oh yeah, you're gonna dip some Swedish Fish in there.
Oh, you brought one.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember I would carry around my cell phone, but then I had my iPod Touch, and I remember thinking, man, I wish they just combined these things.
God.
Yeah.
So I just
And then
found
Steve Jobs is like, we're gonna combine them.
Yes,
I just found two of my iPods.
the port.
The real thin one, the long one, and then that small nano.
Yeah.
I just found both of those, so I actually charged them, and I had the charger still.
They probably still work.
What you have on
Listen,
it?
let me tell you something. The music I listen to is the best.
They're like MP2s.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. You do have some good music. I ain't gonna lie about that.
yeah. I old school. It was almost all old school, like Ice Cube and I mean, Public Enemy, and it was pretty
Sade.
Ghetto Boys. That was the first song that came up.
I was singing Ghetto Boys today at work.
Yeah.
Last year Halloween for the weekend.
I get so excited every year when Halloween does fall on a weekend.
That's the first thing. That is the first thing you think about.
As it comes up to Halloween,
Yes.
it's getting closer. I'm like, wait, is this on a weekend? Because then I sing it constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna take him for his money.
Like it works perfect.
Yeah.
Do you think the music nowadays is just not what it
Awful.
used to be? Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
My music's still
It's
the
awful.
same.
Like
so
there's
it rocks. I
at
don't
least
listen
for
to-
mainstream, hip hop doesn't even exist anymore. It's I mean, like if you dig a little deeper and you get away from the radio and look to people who know what they're talking about, there is still good music being made. But like the stuff that's on the radio is just
Has anyone seen Trolls? The animated?
No.
the Trolls
I
movie.
think Guy Diamond in that, who's just talks in like that over auto-tuned voice.
Yes.
He sums up.
Yeah, that's listening. That's listening to like just about anything on the radio.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, But so there is still really good, music being made out there, in that realm. But it's just not what's. It's not. What's
I will go
commercialized.
to an old school concert, and I say old school. I'll go through all genres. I will go to an old school genre. I mean concert before I go to anything else. To like anybody that's out today.
Yeah.
I don't even
No.
know.
And I'll agree that any popular artist, like I still get introduced. I listen to pretty much. I try to listen to not intentionally, but just anything that's not on the radio.
Yeah.
So like I'll scour, Spotify, and I listen. I listen to a lot of, like
Am I the only person not on Spotify?
probably
Oh, you got to get on Spotify.
What's
It's
so
actually
different?
pretty good.
different than what?
Exactly.
No, what do you listen to music?
I have Apple Music.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
it's
probably the
same.
same thing.
It's always
Yeah,
the same.
everyone always talks about Spotify. You never hear
I
anyone
think
say,
Spotify gives you
I'm
some
on.
really good
I'm on
playlists.
Sirius.
Yeah.
I got Sirius XM
Don't be
all over the
serious.
place.
I got rid of
All
that
over
when.
the
Do you
place.
pay for
Stern.
Apple Music?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's built into my plan. So no, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I'm
He's like, it's just a hit.
I don't like anything
on my
Apple,
account
so
every month.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Well, there is a free version of it.
yeah. He's like, I'll have to ask my accountant.
He's like, what's this $200? I don't know what this is.
That's Apple Music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's my bill for my phone. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of really good, new up and coming artists out, and I try to go to a lot of small concerts and stuff like that. But yeah, anything popular, anything that's being mass marketed is just the same shit at a different tempo and in a different pitch or in different chord, in a different I'm not going to try to get music technical because it's
Well, it was kind of interesting because I had this old school rap, and then I had Aaron Hall.
Who's that?
Guy. You remember Aaron Hall?
I got you. I got you.
That knows what
I
I'm
got
talking
you on
about.
that.
I don't know.
Don't be afraid. I got you. I like it.
I don't know if I know.
You don't remember Aaron Hall?
Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley, yeah. I can't play it on here because
sounds
YouTube will jack my video. Yeah,
so I'll have to check it out. I probably know it.
I'll watch my singing because I can be mistaken for no one.
Teddy Jam for me.
Yeah.
Teddy.
You don't remember that? You remember that one?
I
bet you if I heard it, yeah.
Jam.
I'm still stuck on Tevin Campbell.
He was good.
Round and round.
Hey.
I watched a documentary on the kids that did. They wore everything backwards. What were they called?
Crisscross.
Yes.
So did you know that one of them died?
Yeah.
Of a drug overdose. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Few years back.
yeah.
Few years back.
I thought it was one of those Mandela effects. I had to go back and find it. Yeah.
Go a little.
Oh, the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Go a little deeper. Crisscross. Tretch wrote Jump. Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Did he really?
Wrote Jump.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those kids were. I'll tell you, they made a lot of dough.
Yeah.
They made a lot of dough, and they were actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
They come up with some really good stuff. And
I'm not sold on the whole backwards pants.
well,
I got sent home from school for wearing my clothes.
Yeah, they said they were ahead of their time. That's why
I looked at my chest like some of them try to rhyme, but they say they can't touch this.
Yep. So I had some weird music going on there. I was like, I was actually shocked at how it rolled through.
Did you find a shuffle? Was the shuffle that little one, right?
Yeah, so
there's
the little
one like a little clip on it.
Yeah.
I have it right over there. It's pretty funny.
Goodness.
And I had so much stuff on there that I didn't realize I even had. So I was. It's always nice to go
but
back.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, 250 megabytes of unlimited music.
150 megabytes. It's like 4 songs now.
But the crazy thing is, like, at that time, you were like, "Oh, I got so much. I got so much." Now you look at it and
songs.
you're like, "That's it."
I'm like, I don't even have a song stored anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, "That's it." That's
You know what's sad though, and not to bring this into a realism, but I was thinking about this with like my pictures and my movies, anything that I own on a digital platform in the cloud. I have nothing to give my children.
Yeah.
Like I have my grandmother's old opera albums and jazz albums,
like physical.
The best thing I'm going to leave one of my kids is the password.
Yeah.
It's like the time has changed, and you really got to think about putting that stuff back down on.
But if you find,
zip drive.
So question for you or anybody. Have you found anything either around your house or parents' houses that you're like, oh, I gotta save this?
Yeah.
Like I have some of that, but
for physical proof.
But that's still from like their generation. So and it's interesting because
my birth certificate.
Yeah, like I actually the company I work for, I went to see. They have historical archives in the basement of Springfield Museums, and I went to talk to the archivist, and they were talking. Archivist. They were talking about how they're struggling to find now that everything is virtual. There's no like flyers to talk about like company history.
Right.
It's all digital. So how do you then like you can't print out every piece of that and then archive it.
Yeah.
Right.
So like it's it's a total parallel where like I have things that I have from my parents, in my early childhood, but from their childhood, just about everything has been digital.
Yeah.
So it's like it's either in the cloud, through various social media and blah blah blah, or you find some way to bring it to a physical nature. Because, I understand that everything is going digital, but you kind of always want to have like, this is the photo that
you want it in your hand.
in your hand and like.
So,
well, look back at all those So I just watched a documentary with two guys that were on the Joe Rogan show, and they were talking about, back when the Mayans were around and all that kind of stuff. How come we don't really have a lot of stuff, right?
None of us can carve.
Well, that and they're finding that when the Christians came, now they're finding that the Christians actually came over way earlier than they thought. Destroyed it. They burned all the books. They burned all. They destroyed all the stuff. And then he related it to where we are today.
Honest, God-fearing people.
Yeah, we are a digital world.
Oh man!
So if the world ever shuts down and something happens, and, things become degraded and destroyed, that just even naturally.
Oh, society's screwed.
Yeah.
Well, he has the guy, I can't think of his name. The guest, he actually has a debunking history show on Netflix.
Yeah.
Where he goes through and goes through.
So I've been watching that
gives
too.
You the other side.
Ancient archaeology guy?
Yeah,
but I can't remember his name. It's good.
Yeah, they're good show though.
So it's funny you were talking about Pop before.
What?
On his 80th birthday, like when we went out.
Oh, I think it's Pop.
Pop. But like he had physical pictures, and it's crazy because he had physical picture, but what all of us were doing, we're like taking a picture of the picture.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like instead of having like, hey, you know what? Let me have that.
Yep.
I'll keep it. Pass it on. We're all like, oh, let's take a picture of it.
Yeah.
And then it's stored.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like nobody really has.
But for your kids to have access to that photo,
right,
they have to have a digital cloud or some kind of.
Yeah.
Correct.
But to Jeff's point, like let's say all that goes to shit someday.
It's all gone.
It's all gone, including like important scientific discoveries and everything. Because very few of but there's a couple of cool there's ideas to work around it or at least kind of embrace it. And then, there's certainly caveats between like where it's going. One cool thing that I've read a few times, and I never acted on it, but like for newer parents,
what to expect when you're expecting.
No, create an email account for your kid. And every time you take anything digital, like regarding their memory, like it's just anything regarding them, email it to that account, and then like on their 18th birthday, give them the password.
I did that with AOL.
Oh, that's great.
Did you?
Ooh.
Okay.
AOL doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
I'm joking.
Yeah, but so like I thought that was really cool. And
That's actually a good point.
yeah. So like you got to
You're too late for my kids. Sorry,
I think
kids.
now-
exactly. And that's kind of where I
I
was
think
at.
now also you might want to just put it on like a thumb drive or.
Yeah, but that can get lost and
I was
everything like that.
gonna
Like
say,
if you just have an email account and you just say, hey, this is the login, and you either set things up so they get it if something happens to you before a certain period, or just like, hey, 18th birthday, this is your first 18 years, because everybody loves 20 years from now or 30 years from now, like the slideshow videos, and we used to have home movies, and now it's like videos that are posted to social media.
Because you put it on a thumb drive, it's easy.
Yep.
You just literally take it and you're like, hey,
Excuse me.
I'll put this in, do this in a TV, in a
The whole
Chromebook
Disney
or
show
whatever.
was made on that.
Yeah.
So like you can easily, have all that. But like even still, like you were just talking about music. Think about what's the last, 33 and a third that you saw, that you've seen physically.
Yeah.
When we listen to them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying but then like you go to our folks' house or something like that, and you like look at all this. But like how much of a collection that is.
Yeah.
Versus, let me just look this song up.
Oh yeah.
Versus like an artifact.
Yeah.
And it's almost like how you look at it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I cleaned out my parents' house. My dad moved recently or over the summer, and there was like a whole closet full of records.
Yeah.
And I'm like going through it. I'm like, oh, I remember Mom used to listen to this, and like all. And then like my son, then there was cassettes, and my son's like, oh, what are they doing to these cassettes? And I asked my dad. He's like, I don't want them. He takes this like whole suitcase full, remember the old suitcase?
Yeah.
And then like he's like, I need a tape player. So we had to buy him a tape player, and he listens to that in his room. My 12-year-old, he's like rocking out to these oldies and everything like that. I'm like, but like everything we got. And it's like it's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
But it's like an artifact. Like it's on hand. It's physical versus all that you saw. They can easily probably be like, oh, I'm just going to look this up online and look up this LP or look up this playlist. I'll go on YouTube and do the playlist.
So this is gonna.
Hold on. Before I forget, so I can shut my phone off. It's the Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson did an interview on Joe Rogan. And they also have the Netflix.
That's the
which
ancient
is,
archaeology or
something like that.
Yeah. So this just started to blow my mind. so if you think about like our homes now, we still have a good amount of, kind of those memoriam type, memorabilia, just, as you get a few, how many generations, would you say like things that you hold like that in your house go back? Probably 2 tops, right?
Yeah.
So you think about it, so like 2 generations from now, there's not going to be any like items in most homes where it's like, oh, that's my great, like nothing from us, because there's nothing like, it's like, oh yeah, that was my, that was my dad's chair he bought on Amazon and had it delivered the next day, Thank God it's still in good shape,
Right.
But so the other part of, the one cool thing I learned was the email account. One cool thing that I discovered.
That's actually a good point.
I thought
that's a really good.
I really wish I did it. What I did do is I started like burning like CDs of pictures and stuff that I took so they didn't get lost. But one thing I did do this year, and I know my wife doesn't watch the podcast. At least I don't think she does. I know. What are you gonna do? But
we have to get her on the phone. What's her number? Let's go.
But so I just started reading about these new like portable printers, like pocket-sized printers. That link to your phone Bluetooth. And she takes, especially her, takes a lot of good photos, like in our travels when we're doing shit. So I just bought her one of those, and I got her like a little photo album, like because people don't even do photo albums anymore.
Does she watch the podcast?
Nope.
No, we're just
safe.
Yeah. So that's what. So I bought one of those, and I'm like kind of excited about it. I'm like, this is gonna be really cool because she takes great photos, and then we'll start kind of. It's funny that we're talking about this because like I was thinking about that like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, we don't have like, unless you buy the $30 picture from the kid's school, we don't even have like formal pictures of the kids. Like we don't do the like. I mean, like my brother, he does. The annual Christmas photo, to go to, I don't know, glamour shots or whatever the hell it is these days, and picture
in the basement of the Hoyos Mall.
Picture perfect or picture people. But my brother.
Go get it at the the kiosk in the parking lot.
He always does like the nice, formal photos. Like, well, there's nothing formal about my family, so I just don't do any of that. But so I thought about that, but it's very intriguing. If you think about 2-3 generations from now, like
there's no memories.
You actually made a good point. Like, what's the last photo album you had?
My mom made one for me, and it was the most beautiful gift she could have ever gave me. Except she wrote names over people's faces on the pictures, so I would know who they were. Even though I can't see them.
My mom.
do you know my mom? It's the funniest thing. I go down in her basement not too long ago, and I go to shut the light off, and I look up, and there's this picture, this whole collage of people who I have no idea who they are, right? So I go upstairs. I go, Ma, who are those pictures? She goes, I don't know. I just thought it was funny if I hung it up and people would ask me all the time, who are these people?
That's great.
I'm like, that's hilarious. And she lives by herself, so that's
she's got someone to talk to all the time.
That's even funnier.
My uncle's got a couple of those. He bought this like wicked old, like 17th or 18th century house, and he found a couple like old pictures, really nice frames and everything in the attic when he like first moved in. He just hung them up on the wall. He's like, oh, fucking hell. Like,
Vicky on my team, she has a bunch of pictures hung up, and it's the people that came in the
frames.
Display,
yeah,
that's even better.
Yeah.
She's
like, I have no pictures, and they're nice pictures, so I just left them in there. I'm like,
oh my God,
that's pretty cool. That's gangster right there,
That's just like old school. It's just all old school stuff. Like you really think as 10 years ago. I can't even remember the last photo album we had, but you just think like 10, 15 years ago. Like you went on vacations. Oh, I'm gonna take pictures, whatever. Yeah. And then you put it in a photo album.
Yeah. Well, then you go like, oh, how much is this gonna be to develop?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like one roll at a time.
But at some point,
how much was that to develop?
But
dude,
it got expensive. It was like $10 a roll.
Was it that much?
Yeah.
At some point, we stopped. And then it's, I'll just make a folder on my phone, and I'll store it.
Yeah. And I'll upload it.
Yeah. It'll be there. But like, think about that. Like, what was the last thing you had?
Dude, I have a drawer full of phones because I don't know if there's pictures on there that I really want.
Look at, he just had a whole drawer full of music.
Yeah. Like I no lie, I have 15 cell phones.
Yeah.
In a box because
I'm
afraid that there's something on it that I want. and I don't want anybody else going through my
Right.
shit, even if
Right.
there's not. But mostly because I'm like, there could be like a photo on here that like, but I don't even know if I have the charger.
I was gonna say, at least he knows where it is, even though he can never turn it on.
There's some
Have to
music.
hotwire it.
There's some music that I found on some old, whatever, and they're like, "This is the new single from Snoop," and it's like, new single? Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, this is the hot new joint. This is #1 on the charts from Dr. Dre, and you go like
Last year.
that's new.
I'll tell you what, though.
But-
I was the slow jam tape guy.
Yeah, you were.
I can tell you. And people used to look at me and go, how do you know how to do all, like,
How to do
first
what?
of all, we never even knew that you would listen to this kind of music. But, man, I'll tell you, and I don't care what they say, back in the day before R. Kelly became what he became,
He was a pisser, huh?
No, he didn't become what he was always what he was.
I'm just saying, whatever he
You
came
were
up to
a
be.
12 play playing dude. I remember. Look at. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie.
yeah.
I remember. You just gave me a flashback. You were living on Chicopee Street near Old Corner Store. I remember going down to the house and you were playing. Your Body's Calling. This dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna embarrass him on freaking the internet
Dude,
right
Jeff
now.
was a smooth dude.
But
man.
this dude
I
was
can't say
singing
was.
this song like he was in concert, and I'm just sitting there waiting for him to get ready for. I don't even know where we were going.
If it were current day, he'd be on Facebook Live. He's like, "Yo,
I don't
Jeff's
even know where we
killing
were
it."
going. But this
Yeah.
dude put on the first jam on 12 play. Your Body's Calling, and this dude was singing it. He was singing. That's how much it was. He was singing.
You were Bieber before he was
Yes.
even cool.
Yeah,
Love that music, man. I'm telling you, it's me. Dude,
R&B
that's why I
song.
got to get that Lauryn Hill poster up. We were talking on the last podcast. I found the picture that I wanted finally.
Yeah.
But I went on Amazon and I looked at who the seller
Oh,
was.
some weird janky seller.
Yeah, it was like 50 alphabet numbers. I'm like, yeah, that's how
Yeah.
my credit card's gonna get
Yeah.
stolen. I don't think so. But that was the one I wanted.
But that's special to you, Lauryn Hill. Like,
yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's that music definitely meant more
yeah.
than the stuff now. I think it's degrading to women a lot. And
Did you ever see that comic? Not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but he does the parody about Baby It's Cold Outside and WAP.
And,
Yeah.
And he's like, but this is getting canceled.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Baby,
Yeah.
it's cold outside.
Yeah.
That was that year where like people
Yeah.
were really pushing because Baby It's Cold Outside was like aggressive in nature and
And he's like, and let me read you a line from WAP. WAP. I want you to hit the little dingly thing in the back of my throat.
yeah
He's
yeah
like, Baby, it's cold outside.
yeah
I want to hold your hand.
yeah. My mom's gonna be upset,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh yeah. I don't.
Your
want
hair looks
yeah.
nice.
yeah. It's kind of wild, Yeah, a lot of music these days, popular music in general.
Yeah.
It's just
I still Alice in Chains all the time. I don't have any time for this. I read an article where it said something like, once you hit like 36, 37, you just stop listening to new music. And I can relate to that.
I can relate.
Yeah,
to that.
See,
that's probably
I
true,
can relate
man.
to
That's
that.
probably true.
I can relate to that.
You hear it,
Yeah.
but you're not
Yeah,
listening.
I'm not literally
to it.
listening to it. Yeah.
So dude I used to work with, he always asked me this. He goes, he'll every now and then he'll send me a text and he go, what's the last, I don't know, CD you bought, or what's the last
I don't even know.
what's the last download, or like he's like, what's the last
I'm still
LP?
waiting for LimeWire. To
You know what I'm
finish
saying?
some
But
downloads.
like think about it. Like he's like, what's the last LP you bought? Whether it was
I
online.
can tell you, Pearl Jam, Vitology on vinyl.
Oh,
Yeah, I can tell you exactly because I have them all.
Yeah.
The first three.
and that was like what 98 or something like that.
well, Vitology I might have
God, I
picked
don't
up
even know.
in '98, but it
So
came
think-
out
yeah.
probably like '95. So I mean, I have 10, I have Verses, and I have Vitology.
but like that's the last one you bought.
That's the last album of Physical Wax or whatever.
I have recent-
Polycarbonate.
I have recent vinyl, but I buy a lot. I buy stuff at flea markets.
Yeah.
Like just older records if they're in good shape.
Some of my favorites I have from my grandmother were the Miles Davis Quintet.
yeah,
Working.
yeah.
Some Marvin Gaye. She had a great taste in music, but Sonny Rollins,
Yeah.
oh,
And look at-
saxophone.
ain't
Oh,
nothing
man.
he said made in 2000 something.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, could you imagine
Not
when
even.
Jimi Hendrix
Yeah.
was still alive?
Jesus,
Well, how about
Jesus.
it would
Come
be
on.
amazing.
Come on.
But how about that thing
Just
I
give
sent
me
you
one
on
concert.
Instagram
One
where if
concert.
Alice in
Just one.
Chains wrote
Oh my God.
I
yeah.
don't remember the song.
Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's we.
Oh my God.
It was a pretty. He sent me. We can share it. But I kind of want to try that thing.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I've never really had this, but I think it tastes like Swedish fish.
I can tell you it tastes like Swedish fish. I can definitely tell you that.
This must be a Canadian.
It is only 5 calories in it too. So in case you're watching, your girlish
What's
figure.
It's basically good for you.
what's the caffeine
Holy
on
moly.
that? Am I gonna have a
Natural. It says
cardiac
right on the
event?
back.
All right,
Natural
can I take my glasses off for this? Jesus. Good Lord.
You know what's gonna be cool?
Well, there's natural caffeine.
Yeah.
200 milligrams.
Well, that's not
Per
bad.
how many
That's
servings?
not bad.
Natural
Probably one
servings.
serving.
One.
It's just usually one. Yeah.
Nice.
Can you imagine? It's
Lightweight.
like if I'm like semi deathbed, right? And I picture this like when I was sitting down with my dad before I lost my dad, when he told me you got to do the podcast, and he made me promise him. Can you imagine if I'm with the my grandchild,
Pour
and
myself.
I said, your grandfather used to have a podcast, and he looked at me like, what? Really? Yeah.
What is that?
And I pop this bad boy on, and I show him, how cool
And
am I
you're like-
gonna be?
You're like, Google it, and he's like, what's that?
He's like, that guy knew Marvin Gaye? And how'd you get the Easter Bunny on your show?
How can I hear him and he's like on my screen? How was that?
It's a picture of a
And
picture.
it's not a hologram. What the shit is this?
But think of it like it's just how much this stuff has evolved, man. It's crazy.
So I read a fun fact today, and don't ask me why I was reading fun facts.
Toilet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good call.
Public
But
or private?
It's not important.
It was on company time.
Listen, I only read on the private toilet.
Lined or not?
Yeah.
At his house, that water costs money.
Google's original name was back rub.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Back
Yeah.
rub. Yeah. And then they
saw that.
decided to
Back rub.
name it Google, which is basically like 1 to the 100th power or something like that, which is Google, which is Googol. But yeah.
Because that would relate to people more.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see
then
where
back
that-
rub. Well, back rub.
Everyone's giving back rubs. No one's giving goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
Well,
rub,
I
I
mean-
think I'm on a different page.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that goes back to like the whole whitehouse.com thing. You heard about that, right?
No.
So for, I don't know how many years the internet was in existence,
Yeah.
.gov was the government website,
Yeah.
but someone made whitehouse.com a porn site.
Oh, did they really?
So
Lot
like
of
people,
traffic.
so you're like telling little Johnny, like, hey, you got to do a book report or something on the
He's
White
like,
House.
yep, got it.
What am I doing? I'm new to the internet. Whitehouse.com.
And it was all Bill Clinton
Whoa,
stuff.
yeah.
Shout out to
So
not
weird.
Bill Clinton.
Shout out to everybody.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keeping it real. You could cut that out, right?
Only that guy could be like, I never touched her, and then next thing you know, he gets off the hook.
I
like,
did not have sexual relations with that woman. Sorry.
Dude, that and some sweet, that and any vodka.
Can
but
you guys
Swedish
grab me?
fish
Can I
vodka?
telling
grab
you.
you one there?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You might
You can
just
rub
keep
your
that
fingers
away.
on 'em.
That's a liquid
I've already
Swedish
licked them
fish.
all.
That's
They're kind of wet.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, totally.
ghost energy, huh?
I've never even heard of that, and I
Nah,
drink
me
a lot
either.
of that
Yeah.
crap.
That's been ghosting on me.
So good.
Maybe I have, and it just never returned
yeah.
my view.
You couldn't see it.
Shit. Is that the Swayze of energy drinks? That's Rutabaga Maker.
Yep.
What was her name?
What? Oh, Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg?
I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
was her name of
Yeah.
that?
Got to get yourself a pottery wheel. That's all I know.
That's,
Do you guys ever watch The View?
Anime West? Was
I
it?
thought it was Rutabaga.
Anime.
Anime West.
Something. Anime. Something. Yeah. I've never watched The View.
So
Yeah, that's kind of gay.
I'm gonna admit something right now.
I've watched more of The View than I have The Godfather.
And here we go.
Yeah. So I'll admit something to you guys right now. I've been watching The View a little bit. I love the controversy around these people now.
Is Hasselback still on it?
No.
No, Scott.
Is it Hasselhoff is on it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the only saying in German.
I got you.
I know you're saying too.
And
Yeah, like Hodabo or whatever her name is.
know.
listen, I'm okay with a lot of shit, but the shit they come out with is unbelievable. And I don't want to get political, but
No, but they make up controversy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bunch of people sitting
Well,
around
it's the
gossiping.
talk.
Yeah.
I mean,
In the morning.
It's like a morning podcast.
But you would swear they're all drunk already.
No, that's the today. That's Hoda. Right there. That's Hoda right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Drinking wine all morning.
I looked at her on the Macy's parade, and I'm like, she drunk? I think she's intoxicated.
There's people that go on TV and drink in the morning and they get paid for it.
Yeah.
Drinking wine all morning.
Oh, fuck.
I saw a good one the other day where
I might fully come out of retirement.
you know,
for that job.
you can pick this apart, but it was a guy from Fox News, right? And he goes, Michael Jackson was just spotted again after all these years, right?
You serious, Clark?
Yeah. So they put up a video of Nancy Pelosi. And he's like, "There's Michael Jackson." It was pretty funny the way they did it. And I was just like, "Wow, that's savage."
I mean, it's completely tasteless, but I can totally see it.
Yeah. Listen, I'm okay with a lot of humor. It's,
I don't get it.
Yeah, but you know what though? Yeah, but you gotta laugh. Though.
I was thinking Creeper the Crypt Keeper or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a
Creeper.
Pelosi.
That was a good
I mean,
show. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even funny because Michael Jackson can blink.
Yeah. Another one taken from us too early.
And he does one of these things. These dances. I don't see him.
MJ.
MJ.
Classic. Yo, actually, speaking of MJ, Thriller.
Yep.
40 years.
ABC.
40 years.
Has it been that long?
40 years Thriller anniversary this year.
So this is
Okay,
something.
yeah. I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna be 50. Okay, that makes sense.
No, 82.
So my 8-year-old can pick out Michael Jackson Christmas carols with the Jackson 5. She's like, "Is that Michael Jackson?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's one of the only Christmas albums we listen to at home.
But she has no idea when I put Thriller on. I had to explain to her.
like who that
Remember
is.
that 30 going on 30 and you were watching that dance?
Yeah.
I go, "That's him."
Same dude.
Same dude.
Same.
She's like,
Same dude, different color.
Actually,
Same dude, different color.
since we were talking about recent vinyls that we bought, within the last 3 years, Jackson Christmas vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one
Yeah.
we bought. Yep.
"Nice. I love it."
See, and it's crazy too. Like just saying about 40 thing. Like that's the other thing. So you think 82, like all this music, all that came out then. Thriller, 92, Chronic, 30 years. 30 years
10.
Chronic came out, which is crazy.
Never mind.
So talk about bumping old
And
music.
Snoop is still ripping it up. I mean, that guy's just iconic.
All those Corona commercials.
Yeah.
Snoop is going full Shaquille O'Neal. Don't sleep on him, dude.
Yeah.
He is as diversified.
Yeah.
Like if you pay attention to the business world, I mean, Shaq is next level. That dude, that dude's in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's if you ever saw
smart.
Get Him to the Greek,
He's smart.
P Diddy's character, he's just like, I own 15 Kookaroos. Shaq owns bunch of Five Guys, the Annie's Pretzels. He's an ultra franchisee.
It's 'cause he's hungry.
He owns the marketing rights to Elvis and Marilyn Monroe and all kinds of crazy
But he's
shit.
smart with it.
Yeah, well, that's the way you got to be. A
that's
lot of
his
these
thing.
guys go down, especially the new age guys.
That's Shaq Fu.
It's all about the Lambos and the money, and the next thing you know, they're broke.
Yeah.
And
They got all these
before I
tattoos
forget,
on their
though,
face.
I think my most underrated person ever, Jamie Foxx.
Sings like a motherfucker.
Did you hear him when he did
Wanda.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
That's the newest clip they just found. They put him on YouTube. Unreal. That guy. I don't.
From an artistic sense, you mean?
Oh,
From a
yeah.
business
Just
sense?
everything.
I mean, just everything from
Oh no,
singing
he's
to acting,
So-
voiceovers. I mean,
Let's-
he's
let's-
multifaceted.
Oh, we can't even
tell you,
talk about
I
it.
love
Ray
watching
Charles.
I know we keep getting
Like that
nostalgic,
movie?
but
Oh, yeah.
think about it. Wanda.
Sykes?
That's who you're talking about.
Wanda
That's
Sykes?
who you're talking
No,
about.
no, the movie.
No, Ugly Wanda.
Ugly Wanda,
in
Living Color.
Don't remember that one.
remember
Fire
Living
Marshal
Color?
Bill. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like
J Lo and the
Yeah.
Fly Girls.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So like you think about it, and it's crazy because you go, that's the same dude. Ugly Wanda is the same dude right now. Oscar winner, musician,
Grammy is he a Grammy winner too?
Spider-Man villain.
Spider. Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. I mean, when he does his impersonations, man, they are just on point. I just
point.
watched something with him where he starts cycling through people, and it's just instant, and he
Yeah.
goes on to the next one and the next one, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
He's quick, man.
Yep.
He's quick. He's got a good. It's an old clip. I can't even think of what the title is. It's on YouTube, but he goes through.
Crazy like a fox.
No,
See me for your promotional
Stop.
stuff.
I need no. It's I think it's called Stop. I Need Security. I think that's the one. and he does like he gets on, of course he's a musician, so he gets
he
on
plays the piano,
the organ and everything, and he starts talking about he goes through old school, like remember when you used to hear the song on the radio and you used to try to hit the record button.
Oh yeah,
the record
mixtapes
at the same time. You're like, DJ, shut up, man! I'm trying to send this to Bernadette, And like he was just talking about all these old cafeteria school dances.
Yeah, well,
same Pat.
But I'm saying like you're just talking about all that stuff, and you go, same dude, same guy, man. He's talented,
and
man.
it's amazing because if I remember correctly, his father got put away for a long time for weed, right? And his grandmother raised him.
Yep.
And she made him like play the piano, do all that kind of stuff, and she wanted to really make him more well-rounded. So if you watch some of like the old school interviews with him, how he talks about his grandmother was just like makes you want to cry, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, Right Back from It in Living Color. I was one of my favorite shows. I used to love to watch. I mean, I love comedy, and that was just something every time I go on YouTube, a lot of times I go back to In Living Color. I like to watch all that kind of stuff, and think
about all the talent that came out of that show, and that show was short run.
Jesus.
Yeah,
like everybody out of that show blew up.
Everybody,
you got Jim Carrey, you got the Wayans, like all the Wayans,
every one of them.
I would definitely
the cast.
Yeah.
It was like Wayans, Jim Carrey.
It was like a law firm.
And Jamie Foxx. It was like a lot.
They had a thing on
Wayans, and
I was watching a documentary the other day. They were talking about the 90s or whatever, and they were talking about In Living Color, and they go, one of the Super Bowl Sundays, they had said In Living Color did a show, and they said they were so bold and brave. They said, we're gonna do a show during the Super Bowl.
I remember that.
During the halftime,
and they exceeded the viewers.
and they exceeded the I forget who was performing at the Super Bowl.
It's probably Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah, but their show got more ratings and viewers than the Super Bowl.
I remember that because I was watching because I don't watch football.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but they were like for this, and they had a countdown.
Yeah.
They had a countdown in the top, and they said, whatever it was, they were like, whatever.
It's a great idea, but does anyone really? Has there really been good Super Bowl halftime shows?
Not for a while.
Whoa!
Prince,
that last
Prince was good.
Prince was good.
When did Dre
last year?
That was pretty good.
I didn't like it.
Dre was good last year.
You know what? That was iconic.
Was it?
L.A. They did it for L.A.
That was. I mean, it was tasteful. Like the whole part, every part of it, and
underwhelmed.
Now there were. I will say though. I probably would have kept 50 out. Put Cube in.
Oh, if you're going nostalgia,
I would. No. I'm saying like thinking L.A. Like I would have put. I would have. And I know the whole thing is all Dre produced. People.
They should have just brought in the hologram of Tupac.
Well, that was the other part.
Well, there's that. But you should always add in the holograph.
But
I mean, you should just have him playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You could probably go back.
Quarterback.
I don't know. You could probably go back 10, 15 years. You probably have like 2 or 3 very good Super Bowl performances.
And really was Janet Jackson and
that was
iconic.
It was more.
It was a bunch of bullshit.
It's remembered.
It was more remembered than it was.
It was not an iconic.
Yeah. You're not going to be like, yo, I remember. Like, she sang so good.
They ruined it by ripping her nipple thing off.
Like, you're not going to be like, oh, she sang. At least Dre performance. The show was good.
Like, oh, it was totally an accident, but I always put ornaments on my nipples.
Yeah, but who's doing it this year? Who's
I don't care.
It's a Rihanna. Rihanna's doing it.
Okay, now I care.
I like Rihanna.
All right, now I care.
I'll get about my pop culture.
Yeah.
It was Taylor, but then Taylor dropped out, and now it's Rihanna.
T-Swizzle.
So
she's too busy.
Don't ask me how I know that, but I know it.
I'm watching.
I saw it on The View. Take my man card. Go ahead. I don't mind. My man card has been taken.
You're wearing a pink bunny suit, dude.
And it was rejected when you haven't seen The Godfather.
I'm not running for president, so.
But
listen, I wear pink at work all the time, man. That's the color.
Did you wear it with fuzzy ears?
I will do it.
Problem is, I just don't have anything underneath this.
That's all right.
Oh,
that's what we're
snap.
hoping for. Yeah, that's so hot.
I could smell the pheromones.
On the next podcast,
Swedish fish just emanates out of this.
That's what made me eat the Swedish fish.
that's actually pretty good chocolate. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's got little crispies in the middle. Yeah.
Told you that wasn't gonna be your last one, though.
No, and you notice that these two aren't sharing.
Well, you know, the
told
concern
you.
is he just said you smell and look like a Swedish fish. So
hey.
yeah. So, baby, how you doing?
It's the aura.
Is that a bunny costume or a fish costume?
Could Rock could put it on. Put the
Yo, you want to hop around later?
Hop around.
jump
hop
around, jump around. Jeez.
Oh, mother.
Yeah, man. What else want to get into? Tom?
I thought we were starting a podcast soon.
Could you imagine, like, so I have this fear every time we do a podcast, right? Because it's happened before where I don't hit the record button.
Oh, don't even tell me.
So when you see me looking
Don't
down,
even
all
tell me.
no, I did. I did. I have a regiment now. I make sure that I turn the cameras on first. I come right over and I turn this on.
Remember we did that one time.
Yeah,
though?
we did a couple times with him too. Like,
That's how you give Eye Candy Randy a little reach around.
That's usually off camera.
He's looking pretty dope today with his reindeer shirt on there.
You notice he's covering himself. He's like, no, not again.
Santa, no.
We got to do more with him. You know, I have the soundboard here that I don't use, and I just have to figure out how to do this. I know how to do it.
Lipstick would be good.
I just don't know where to get the good audio files that we can start. Because then you have to be careful. With
So I have
YouTube
a
and all
production file or a production idea for you. So you have sound effects.
stuff. I do.
You can always splice the sound effect, hit it, and then splice the picture of him in on the final. So he's laughing.
Well, so what we're
Or-
gonna do? We want
I don't
to. Well, that's the thing. We want to bring Eye Candy Randy to life. So we have to get a voice for him. And I think using the AI. Maybe that's what I do. I use
Put
an
a
AI generator.
Morgan
Well, I mean,
Freeman
honestly, at
voice.
this
Maybe
point,
I just
you could
become
probably
Eye
just
Candy
get
Randy's
Morgan
voice.
Freeman.
Get a Morgan Freeman
You could
voice.
probably just like
is
get,
God.
just get an AI Morgan Freeman where he's like, that was funny. You know, like,
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
Dufresne.
yeah.
Get busy living.
So there's a.
You just get busy living or you get busy dying.
You
Was that Sean Connery?
No, that was
No,
Morgan
that's
Freeman.
Sean.
That was
Sean
listen,
Connery.
that was the worst Audrey Hepburn I've ever heard. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Just excuse me while I shit in a corner. Oh.
I miss it.
All I keep thinking about is Jeopardy.
Your
man.
mother, Trebek.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Let it now.
Did you ever hear that comedian that called his mother?
I'll take
did-
S words
It
for
did the Sean
1,000.
Connery to his mother.
Jap anus relations, Alex.
The rapist for 1,000. That's therapist. Your mother, Trebek.
Let it now.
All right, anyway.
It's a big hat.
And then you got Norman Cotton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Welcome to the
A green.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
you were
Lord.
trying to say something, Jeff.
I guess Steve rolled right over.
I would like to
That's
welcome Jeff to my podcast.
fine. You know, my wife doesn't listen to me. You guys don't listen to me. What the fuck? Who cares? I feel right at home.
Oh, man.
What is a saber?
Nostalgic, man. Nostalgic. That's what it is.
So we got to work on that. I mean, I got some funny little things here. You know, like
That's not funny.
Oh,
I feel like I'm on iCarly.
No, that's the intro to a song right there.
it is.
That's the intro. Do that again.
Yeah, drop the beat.
Seriously. It's a slow jam intro right there.
Yep. Or Britney Spears.
Yeah.
yeah, what
Early
else?
Britney
I know
Spears.
I haven't been through these in a while. Oh, there we go.
Shit, I'm scared.
Oh, that's a good one for like someone.
Oh, that's
someone
Pornhub.
says something
Go
like
back,
really, really stupid. You could be like, they're like, say something really dumb.
Hi, I am George.
No, the other one.
Oh,
though.
the
sorry.
other
Yeah.
Sorry.
There.
Do it again.
I'm smart.
Yeah. That's an 80s. That's an 80s movie right there.
Okay, all right.
That's a good old
Classic.
reliable right
Yeah,
there.
classic.
That's
But
classic.
at that point, you're trying to be like a drum player. Like you got to know. You need a cue guy. Like you just need a guy,
Yeah.
almost like a light guy, a person who knows when to play. Like he's got 10 sounds, and when someone
knows
says
when to
like,
drop
You need,
it.
Yeah.
you need a Fred, like Howard Stern's
Yeah.
got Fred.
Well,
You
so
need a
originally,
Fred.
remember Justin
Yeah.
was
Baba
doing
yeah,
our.
yeah.
He was supposed to do everything.
Baba Booey.
And he bailed out, and I said, Justin, you take this as you're lucky I didn't take your mom's pregnancy as seriously as you're bailing out of this. Did I say that out loud?
No.
No. So
wah. Play
Yeah. Go ahead.
So there is a label I should probably.
I was going to say you got a label.
Labeling. I think
there's a label maker.
We start. I don't know how
It
you label.
loses its effect when you hit the wrong one.
So I think I can do 16 because it's 2. There's a way you can switch over. So we got to work on that because that could be some funny stuff.
These go to 11.
This is quality.
This is technology right here.
H2O.
And there's a new version of this.
Oh boy.
I'm
No,
not-
don't
I'm
do
not-
it.
I'm not doing I'm not
Don't
spending
do
the
it.
money yet.
You
I'm
could
not
be
doing
Dr. Dre on that board right there. Just saying.
Can you imagine I start the podcast?
Yeah.
Like,
I can't imagine you trying to learn a
Just to
whole
hit a bunch
new
of
one.
squares and like drum shit happens. And
I'll tell you what. I remember
all of
the
a
first
sudden
day,
I have a glow stick in my hand.
the first day I unboxed this thing.
a pacifier.
It was plug and play, and I was like, oh. Because the audio was driving me nuts for like the longest time.
Yeah.
So
Did you
actually,
make that sound?
Yeah.
so at one of my accounts today, we
sound
watched
bite it,
our first episode,
That should
Yeah.
be one of the
and the
sounds.
sound was driving me mental.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
this
my
dude
god,
was-
turn
So
this
those
off,
first
man.
couple,
It was
yeah.
too
Yeah,
good.
this dude was like, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this whole thing.
You weren't here for the first few.
No.
Actually, I was here for one of the before you got that. I think.
You were in a penalty box?
No, I was like, I don't know. I was the
I'll have
guest
to
over
look.
there.
I'm not sure if I had that with you.
I don't think you did.
I think when I came on, that was almost brand new.
He was still trying to figure it out at
Yeah.
that point
Yeah,
because we had
yeah.
the one mic over there and
Yeah.
yeah.
so
'cause
bad. I was
there
so
was one.
embarrassed.
But that thing, like now that you have it all figured out, it like you can hear it even in just like when we're talking, and the sound effects would be a cool addition.
Well, you
Yeah,
know
I
what's-
mean, the stuff coming out of my mouth isn't any better, but it sounds good.
That's true. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
that's
make
what
me
we should do.
speak
We got to do like a voiceover. Like every time he talks, be like, "You want to fight?
Hey, you.
Fight me!"
Wanna fight?
and then it shows eye candy Randy.
It'd be even cheesier. I can't erase. Someone's like, you can obviously see the finger, like making his mouth move.
No, you do that fake thing like Conan used to do with the lips.
Oh, crushing. No,
He used
Oh,
to
the
do the
lips, yeah,
fake
yeah.
lips.
Yeah.
yeah.
you know what? So when I was watching that thing about Jamie Foxx, they switched over to Kids in the Hall.
Jeez.
Oh my God, man! That
Jeez.
God damn this sideways house.
I was.
Damn you sideways house! Oh man,
I was dying, man. Some of the stuff in.
Oh wait, no, that's the state.
was it?
That was the state. I
That's
think.
late. That's
Same
late
kids,
90s,
though.
right? That's late 90s.
I don't know.
Yeah.
crushing your head. I'm
They're
crushing
both.
your head.
They're both Canadian. It was the
Yeah,
same
out of
Canadian studio. Yeah,
Out of Canada.
Yeah.
I think Sideways House and like I think the State and Kids in the
My
Hall
name is
were.
Doug, and I'm out of here.
Has the Canadians ever come out with another funny comedian since those guys?
Dan Cook.
Yeah, I mean,
Dane Cook's not Canadian.
I just threw that out.
No, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
yeah,
He's not
pretty
funny anymore though.
No, yeah, he's
He's the same guy all the
Is
time.
he funny, though? Is he
That's
used to
true.
be.
He's
I-
Van Wilder in every movie.
I watched the first two Blades, and I was like, "These."
We just watched them.
recently.
We just watched them a
I-
little while ago,
I never
yeah.
saw them.
Wait,
Yeah.
Blade like
Blade with
Wait,
Denzel.
Wesley Snipes.
Snipes.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say
say,
Denzel.
wait, Ryan Reynolds is in Blade?
3,
Yeah.
the worst of the 3, because it's
Sequels
No,
Yeah.
I've only seen one. I've only seen
Yeah.
one.
and Blade 1.
yeah, but I
Blade
mean,
one.
Chris
Awesome.
Christopherson
But not
was
2
in
or
them,
3.
so I kept watching.
Shout out to Chris Christopher. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great in that movie. I'm a
The
big
Rubber
Wesley
Duck.
Snipes fan too.
But I mean, he
Blade
was
was-
the best
Blade
in
was awesome.
Convoy.
Awesome.
So, just saying,
Yeah,
Convoy, Chris Christopherson.
Convoy.
quack.
God, I remember watching it, but I don't remember a lot of it. That's why.
He's Rubber Duck. He's he's the guy.
Ernest Bergnine. And
Yeah.
the pig,
Yeah.
the pig truck.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What about Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh,
It's a
Classic.
big hat.
classic. Hey, and I'll get.
What's the
I'll give credit to
dude
the
in the
sequel.
truck? What's his name?
Snowman.
Snowman.
Yes.
Jerry Reed.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
Gone
With the
east,
Basset
bound
Hound.
down.
With the Basset
Yeah.
Hound. Yeah.
And didn't
Yeah.
he do what was the any
Snowman.
which way but loose?
Any which-
Anyway,
No,
Jerry
that's-
Reed. That was
no,
Clint
that's
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Fly.
Oh, right,
With the
right, right,
orangutan.
Yeah, the orangutan.
Yeah.
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 Clint Eastwood,
But
great
All
actor.
classics.
Smoking the Bandit 2 wasn't that bad though.
No, it
Dom
wasn't that bad.
DeLuise, right? Or was
Yeah.
that 3?
From a sequel standpoint.
No.
Yeah, 3 was no good.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but still not. Yeah,
It's not the first one.
and Sally Field. I know we talked about.
What about like
Get a
Godzilla too?
sandwich. Get a sandwich.
Get a sandwich?
Buford. Get a sandwich.
I just want to say, Buford T. justice.
B-for-T justice. Yes.
You some bitches. Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, those are great flicks, man. I wish you could
Cannonball Run.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Cannonball Run, man.
You know, you brought up
Sequel was
watching
good.
The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
So this room used to be a home theater at one time, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This whole back wall was a screen.
Yep.
And I'll never forget. I didn't want to watch The Walking Dead.
Do you ever
But I love that stuff.
Did you ever watch porn on it?
We cannot confirm or deny that,
Oh, yeah.
but maybe. It's very awkward. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Although I didn't watch it, just for the record.
It's weird when they're bigger than you.
It accidentally came on and I shut it off immediately, but it was disproportionate.
I should have went with the smaller screen.
Stop twice.
Well, we did that. So when I set everything up, right, I'll never forget. I called the wife down. I'm like, babe, you got to come check out this thing. We had it going on the screen. She goes walking around the corner, sees it. Stop. She's out. I'm like, what? The porn was on.
Oh.
And so fast forward though, I said to her one day, I want to sit down and watch The Walking Dead. Why? And she's like, okay.
You're dead.
We start watching the first show, and we were like a whole season or maybe 2 seasons out. We sat here for 4 days almost down here with blankets, and we were ordering Chinese food and pizza. I don't think we even showered.
That shit's cool. I appreciate that. Walking Dead, though.
Yeah, I love The Walking
watch
Dead.
it?
Great
I
flick.
started. Joe tried to get me into it, and I just could not.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I was like,
Did a zombie ever touch you?
so.
How far did you get?
Well, third base.
With a zombie? And you didn't get bitten? No, I mean, it's
You got to get through this like the 3rd or 4th episode really before it was.
yeah, because it's a warm meal. Because you go with the pilot, and it's just like, you know.
What's the last one I saw was Terminus.
Oh, you made it far, dude.
Yeah, that's far.
You
That's
made it like
season 4.
4 or
Yeah.
5, yeah.
And I'm just
so
like,
you didn't like
you're
just
going,
try
you're
to watch
going
it.
into another fucking train car? Come on, bad idea.
No, yeah, towards the end, it definitely gets lame. You know,
Matt's
I mean,
never seen it. I could tell.
You never seen that either, Matt?
No.
All right, we're done. We're done. Okay, thanks, guys. Peace.
The Easter Bunny doesn't
blow
like
the candle
TV.
out. We're out of
Yeah,
here.
we're out of here. So, what shows are you into now?
Myself? Documentaries, Nat Geo. Like, I just watched Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. It's on Disney Plus. He recently got diagnosed with a gene that says he's more I forget the terminology, but he's probably going to get Alzheimer's disease. So he's taking a step back from acting to try and prolong his life through science. So he's going through all these things that can shorten your life and can trigger Alzheimer's disease. So, like, first one, he's got to conquer fear, and then he's working with scientific people and doctors and psychiatrists and stuff. It's a pretty good. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I really can't.
You're not to worry about a lot. I don't want to bring the podcast down, but like with my wife's brain injury, if you look at like who is the football player that
Junior Seau.
No, it was him.
Yeah.
And then Hernandez.
You keep the less going.
He like
Right.
Aaron
Yeah,
Hernandez.
Yeah. So when they dissected their brains,
Sanders.
they had the clusters inside their brain, which becomes like hard as a rock, and they look like clusters of and so people with TBIs and consistent concussions,
It's almost like scar tissue.
can develop these. So that's the fear that she will start to develop those issues over time. And
Well, she had one traumatic, and
it was a major event.
yeah, it was major,
event,
but
so-
we're talking about
Well, she had two.
repetitive
She had two.
weekly.
So she ended up falling on the ice like a year later.
Yeah.
Really bad and reconcussing. But so it only actually takes a couple, and then if you factor in that the one big one.
Yeah.
But that's a big concern. And of course they don't know until you're dead.
Yeah.
And then they go
And then
through
they,
it.
and then they go through your brain and
And I don't know about you guys, but like the fear of, for me, is like Alzheimer's, where I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
That scares the shit out of me.
You won't remember
absolutely.
it. So.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
true. But can you imagine, like, and we were just talking about it the other day, like, our only saving grace is going to be our daughter that takes care of us, because I don't know if my son has, like, he
not
would
gonna
do
wipe
it
your
for
ass.
us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin. I don't know if, because I remember my grandparents were pretty, for the most part, the faculties were all there. Not until they became really sick did they, you know.
It's because they had real photos.
Yeah. So do you guys have like a strategy with your kids? Like if I ever or you become disabled, like there's a plan?
No.
Jeez.
So it's one thing I told my kids, and I've taught this, you know, I try to teach it diligently, is that if I ever do start losing my shit,
Of course, Brett's got a plan.
don't buy me new gifts. Just come to my house like a couple weeks before and find something I already own, and then take it back and then rewrap it and give it to me as a gift. You know, and you'll save some money.
Yeah.
You know, so I've been
That's a great idea.
I've been pretty explicit about that. I'm like, listen, once I lose my
yourself.
shit, I'm like, don't buy me anything new. Just give me shit I already like.
Yeah.
You know?
Or just tell me I liked it.
Yeah, or just tell me I liked it, you know?
Yeah.
But no, you know, honestly, put me down, man. Like if I can't learn anything new, if I can't remember where I've been.
Do you think by the time we get that age that
Yeah.
they'll have the ability to put
Euthanasia.
us down?
Yeah.
Because I mean they're doing it in other countries like Sweden and you know those places. Now they have those capsules where you close
think
the
about
door.
It, it's like,
Yeah.
what's the age?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that age?
Well,
I'm pretty sure Remington figured it out years ago. But
I don't give a shit about like
I watched
I'm all
the
about quality of life, man. You know, and not to be like negative, but like
I don't want to drool in front of my family at a holiday.
if I'm not enjoying
What?
myself, if I'm not learning, if I'm not like enjoying, if I'm not enjoying, you know what it is, especially if I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Here's the other thing. Tell me.
And I don't want to put you through
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Like, if
Oh,
as a
definitely
person-
let me
if-
know.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm
saying?
out of
Like,
it-
That's the other part of it is like, let me know. If
This is going to
I'm-
be you in 5 years.
If I'm, you know, I know I'm already forgetting a lot of things, but if it gets to that point, like say something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my main thing. It's not like, well, maybe it'll clear out. Like, no, like just bring it up.
Well,
Yeah.
what- to kind of circle this back, so my son has celiac disease, and he just got his blood and lab work back 2 days ago. And he's reading through the synopsis of it, and at his age range where it was checked, or
What's
where
celiac?
gluten intolerance,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but he has a 30 to 40% higher chance of developing an autoimmune disease like MS or any of them because he was diagnosed with celiac at the age he's at. So he's all like frantic. And I'm like, Joe, it is scary. I could get that too. You can't handcuff yourself to the future that you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you could or you couldn't. But if you become a prisoner to what may never come, you're never going to live your life. I'm like, right now I'm 46. My dad turned 49, I think. He was diagnosed with cancer. He was dead by 56.
Wow.
So, I mean, yeah, it's there. No, I'm not living that. I'm not living in that shadow of fear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go live your life. You're 20.
Yeah.
You have a 74% chance of it never happening, but you're concentrating on that 36%.
And I think it's a great point. You know, so if you think about your, you know, like your wife, like, you know, she had 2 injuries
Yeah.
and they were kind of back to back. One was really bad, you know, but they ain't happening anymore.
Right.
So like, so
Well,
what?
I mean, the
So
problem is you don't
so
know.
unless someone like something, I mean, can you like in the back of your mind be like, okay, you know, it's a potential, and there's some science to back like it could happen, but why should it change anything you do right now other than risking another brain injury?
And I said,
Like,
to him,
so do
Yeah,
all the shit except for the high risk things. It's just like, okay, so should I go ice skating again? Well, maybe not, because that was a problem. You know,
Yeah.
should I get shithouse? I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if we've shared on the past. We know how the first thing happened, but you know,
Yeah.
we'll cut that part out.
No, that's fine.
yeah,
Should I incur another major injury? You know, like the first part? No. Just, you know, but just stay out of those zones, and don't, and then if you come into another area where you're like, well, I didn't think I could have risked another bang of my head, but you know, or whatever, exposure to gluten, those two seem very, varying in risk. It's like brain
this was in
injury.
the driveway
or
tonight before you got here, and he's like, exposure to gluten. If
Just
I
cut
have
that whole part
this,
out.
Yeah, he's like, what it has is it can exacerbate a neurotoxin disease. He started getting all of it. I'm like, all right. So
How old is he?
he's 20, and he's
He's
a
super nerd
biochemist and a nerd.
Yeah, he's super nerd himself out. So
and I'm like, I go like this. I go, well, I'm no doctor, and I definitely don't know geography, but you might die in a car crash someday. You never gonna drive?
Bingo. And plane crash.
So me and my boss were
Just-
talking about that the other night. Not that I don't have a fear of flying anymore, because I kind of do in a weird way. But I think
I think the ground hurts.
well, I'm
Only if
I used
you're
to-
not standing on it.
Yeah, I used to go in the bathroom and throw up before I got on a plane. That's how bad I was.
Oh.
And I white knuckle it the entire time I'm there, right? And then, so the anticipation before that I wouldn't get any sleep. It was really bad. Well, one of my trainings at work, I got to meet an empowerment coach that taught me some things to do when we got on a plane. And I'm telling you right now, it worked. It's all about mindset. We talk about that all
Pull
the
up
time,
your big
right?
boy pants.
Pretty much, right? And so she says to me, she goes, I can't believe that this thing about the plane, because you drive on the turnpike every single day for hours.
Most
one way.
dangerous mode of
Yes.
transportation.
Yeah.
Without even thinking.
I don't think twice about it, but I get on a plane
And
and
you're
I'm like,
eating your
oh.
sandwich and drinking your coffee and
I'm the same way.
playing with your iPod Touch.
But did you hear about that pilot that just died?
No.
So it was just on the news. Guy called and they were showing the the cockpit voice recorder. And he's like, tower or whatever it was, pilot is incapacitated. Like, he's so calm. That's what I want. I want a guy like that. Like, I don't want to get like me going, oh my God, he's dead.
This is your Captain Sully.
Well, that's
we're going in the water.
That's
yeah.
exactly what's happening
Exactly.
with the 100 cars that are around you on the interstate.
Yeah.
We're just like, I don't know what they're doing. Oh my God, what's this person doing?
But I'm in
And then-
control,
and then,
so you know what I mean?
Then there's the other guy, look, this motherfucker. And then
hold
you got
on.
the other person like,
And then you got to worry about Cyberdyne taking over and the car next to you being like, we live.
yeah. And then the
The toaster starts talking.
Then then you have a car that's got a neural net computer, a neural net processor, a learning computer, and it just like starts ramming into people.
Searching for
like,
Sarah Connor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, not like airplanes
stop
don't
it.
have that. I mean, most modern pilots don't actually fly. They just monitor instruments to make sure it's all working properly.
They control the
But,
crash.
yeah, like
I mean the landing.
But
well, it is
dude,
controlled
it's a
crash.
controlled crash.
dude could have a bad day.
Well, now
MH370.
they want to have their. I was just reading an article that they want to go to one. I don't know who's doing the protesting or whatever to try to get this, but they want one pilot in the cockpit.
Told you.
It's like that's a negative.
Told you.
You know what
Swedish fish got me.
is there any left?
It's like two.
no.
Oh, you
There's
son
a
of a.
no.
You know, I'll take a chocolate instead. I'll take a chocolate.
No, we got 4.
I was joking with you. There was
There's
a,
a half
Shad?
of one. Who took a bite of that?
I don't know.
there's
No,
a full
take
one.
it.
There's a full one
No,
right
it's okay.
there.
I'll take a chocolate instead if you don't mind.
Eat the fish.
I don't want it.
Eat the fish.
Anime. Eat the
Eat
fish.
the fish. I purposely left that for you.
You
Eat the
can't make
fish.
me eat
Jeff
it.
Bluff swims with the fishes. Fishes.
All right.
Wrap the fish in the
There's
chocolate.
a fish right there, dude.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I'm not even a aficionado on these things, and I think it would be good with chocolate.
It's like a fillet of fish.
Martino's hooked.
I'm a chocolate fanatic.
I'm
man.
gonna get diabetes and put on 67
Dude, all these years
pounds.
I known you never had Swedish fish.
Never.
Wow.
I swear you
They're
had Swedish
fat free too.
Are they really?
They're fat free.
100%
So I
sugar.
got my girlish figure.
Yeah.
100% sugar.
Screw your diabetes.
Listen, you don't come in looking like a pink bunny without eating a bunch of Swedish fish.
God damn. It's like lightning with rabbit feet.
That's it, man. Forget reindeer food. Just leave some Swedish fish out.
There.
That's it.
Served to you on a silverish blue platter.
Show one pink rabbit how to eat a fish, he'll live for a
I'm
lifetime.
good. No, that's
What is it? What is it? Show one man how to.
Yeah.
Fish.
Show a man how to fish.
Now, give a man a
he'll
fish,
eat-
feed him for a day. Teach him
Teach him
how
how
to
to
fish.
fish, yeah.
Feed him for a lifetime.
I hate fishing, by the way.
Yeah.
I hate fish.
Oh, come on.
Not
Except
into,
for-
I'm not into
I
the
hate
Bible.
everything.
Come on.
I tell you what.
Everything about
no.
fishing, I hate.
If I go to Sweden and they're serving these things, I ain't coming back.
Don't go fishing with your feet on land.
I don't want to
I'm
go fishing
telling
on a
you.
boat either.
No, come with me, man. Come with me.
You know, I'll be honest.
You want to?
I've done it, and it just I've hooked some good ones, and
Oh,
you know, but
Is it really that fun out? in
yes,
the
it
ocean?
is.
No,
yes,
it can't be.
Yes, yes.
I would rather just go out on a boat.
I was a hater.
Well, he's talking about deep sea.
Yeah,
Deep sea,
Yeah.
deep sea.
I would rather just be out
Can't
on a
put
boat.
my. I can't go to Quabbin and put my feet on land.
What about
No,
the
'cause you'll get
vomit
arrested.
factor?
No,
John
no.
Bobbitt?
It's
Like
overrated.
seasick?
It's
I
overrated.
feel like I'd be out there and like
No.
10 minutes later, I'd be like, yeah.
it's
Well,
overrated.
Hold on, let's
You
bring this
swim,
back to the
right?
beginning of the episode. You probably would. The rest of us would be nauseous.
You've been swimming.
I'd be in the back room.
You've been swimming before.
Huh?
You've been swimming before.
So, well, here's the thing.
No, that's a no.
When I took
That's a no.
when I
actual
took my
tub?
first cruise, I did actually very well. It was my wife that got sick.
Okay.
So I probably could be okay.
Yes,
But
it's over. It's
I'm taking the chance, man. I see those videos
What is the chance?
where those people videotape a 20-foot shark going by.
No.
My luck, the boat's going down. That's what I'm going to meet.
all these times I've
Not
been
doing it.
fishing. I've probably been on one boat.
You probably watched the
thing's been
sequels to
pumping.
Jaws. It's
Yeah.
probably
I am not a
You
psychiatrist.
can't
but
watch
I just
Wicked
linked,
Tuna and think it's like that every
I've just
single
linked
time.
your fishing thing with your flying thing.
Well, just
You've got
having
anxiety.
Having that fish tank gave me anxiety. Never mind going on a boat.
No.
the fish should have anxiety. They were trapped in 100-gallon.
Looking at you.
Looking at you.
Swimming in a
Listen, one wrong
watching
move
us
in that
in a
fish tank, I
rectangle.
could have been dead.
Some days there's light, some days there's not.
They're swimming 5 feet. That's it. Back and forth.
So
back
what do you
and
normally
forth.
fish for?
Fish.
Sea bass,
Those
porgies,
flying squirrels.
cod. Deep sea, man. Deep sea is where it's at. Deep sea
I'll
is
take
where
your
it's
word for it,
at.
man.
Oh, man.
How
Gotta
far do
it.
you go out?
Furthest I've been, George's Banks, way out of the Cape. So like you see like
Banks,
Perfect
yeah.
Storm.
Oh, there's
Perfect
a pirate
Storm.
storm.
Like you
out
see the
there.
movie Perfect
Yeah.
Storm,
Perfect
like
Storm.
the same.
One more time, Skipper.
Was Mark Wahlberg out
Always
there?
find the fish.
Always find a
Always
fish.
find the fish.
Let's
You
go.
Yep. He was up at the Flemish Camp.
I fucking love that place.
No, but I'm telling you, man, it's. I was a hater, but like just getting out there.
What's this going to cost me to go?
Your dignity.
$130.
$130.
Yeah, but
That's cheap, bro.
yeah, it's
What
actually
am I catching out there for $130?
everything.
Besides a cold.
You bring
Yeah,
No, you-
yeah.
No,
Besides Vertigo.
It's not the NyQuil commercial you see on TV. Come on, man.
No, I mean,
No.
I did the run from where's that?
It's not like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Skip. I did the run.
Yeah. He's like, I'm doing another one this winter.
We went out of Narragansett and we went to, what is it, Block Island out there?
Block Island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was with my wife at the time, and she was 8 months pregnant, and we were in heavy seas.
No.
And I have
See, that's
video
right.
of
No.
the freaking ferry going up and down. I'm like,
no,
this is great.
no.
The seas were
See,
so
look
heavy
at-
that
look at
Dan
him.
ended up giving birth.
I
Look at
loved
him
it.
sweating. Look
I
at him
loved
sweating
it.
right
I
now.
loved
Tell
it.
him that story,
Yeah.
man. No.
And we were only
we
in
took so our
3 feet of water.
We're trying to say positive stuff. I don't know if you missed that part.
Yeah.
We're trying to talk him into it.
So our first cruise,
Put your
right?
feet down.
We left out of Boston to Bermuda, and it was like either right after a hurricane or it was
Well,
whatever
let's-
was coming.
I mean, come on.
Of course it was.
Jeez.
we spent they confined us to our cabin for like 90% of the whole thing back and forth.
You think?
The only day we had that was nice was the day we went to Bermuda, and then we had to go
got in his
back.
car.
Yeah. The only good day we had was when we were in Boston the day we left.
Yeah,
You know, it was
at the
beautiful when we
hotel.
parked our
At the
car.
hotel.
No, man.
Yeah. Where's the
There you go. See?
Listen, I don't want to be in the middle of the ocean
Well,
floating on an
all I
oar
can
going, I
think of
told
is
you so.
Stop
Debbie
watching.
Downer.
Watch a positive cruise video on YouTube.
Love
not
Boat.
all the negatives.
The
Love
Boat.
Yeah.
That was a great
The Love
flick,
Boat.
too. That was
Yeah.
a great flick.
Just watch, binge the Love Boat before going on a cruise.
That's true. Don't watch Jaws before you go on a. Hey, let's go fishing. Let me watch Jaws.
I wouldn't even watch Airport.
Oh, that one.
Airplane.
Yeah,
Airplane.
airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Airplane.
Surely you can't be serious.
I
Stop
am. and
calling
Don't
me
call me
Shirley.
Shirley.
Say, Jack. Yes, stewardess. I speak jive.
It's a magnificent beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed yesterday.
Oh man,
God, the old movies.
those
I mean,
classic.
the
you
problem is
imagine?
you couldn't
Nope.
play those nowadays.
Nope.
These kids would cry.
Nope.
Yeah.
They'd be crying. They'd be locking the
And
asylums down.
Would so? How about this?
American
Would
Pie.
Would anybody even laugh at it?
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? Like we saw that growing up, and we were like, oh my god, it's so funny. Like, would a kid watch all that stuff right now and be like,
That's
oh
insensitive.
my god, should I laugh? Should I not?
Well, I mean,
I have to go in the
crazy.
corner.
It's crazy.
you guys know, my kids, we watch those.
Yeah.
Because, we'll start talking about something
Mine
like,
too, but
and I'll be like, you need to see this. And then that becomes like family movie night.
Right,
Like,
right.
no, you're going to sit and watch this.
the vast majority of woke America.
Yeah.
And if you sit down and hate it and you can tell me why, I'm like, but you're going to see this.
Yes.
But that's not funny.
And,
I laugh.
No,
yeah.
but we watched one movie. I think we watched like Spaceballs.
Oh,
and,
my God, great flick.
Oh yeah, and then my son's like, and I have a Mel Brooks box set. Like I'm a big Mel Brooks
Yeah.
fan. Mel Brooks movies, some of the early ones are.
Did he do Blazing Saddles?
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
You can't even talk about Blazing Saddles anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but like I'm like, you need to see this. I'm like, because
And that's Pryor and
No,
No, Saddles, no.
no, it's Gene Wilder.
Gene
Wilder, but it's one of them. Yeah.
I don't remember.
But the actors, it's not. Yeah.
But
that was like
but
his
the
only
funny part
movie.
is like, like as wildly inappropriate as Blazing Saddles is, he's making fun of.
It's satire against.
It's
the
satire
industry.
against current,
Yeah.
and it's even more. Well, and it's, I don't know if to say it's even more, but it's just as relevant now.
Yeah.
But
It's more, I think.
but it's more in your face, and that's why it's
so, can we
offensive.
talk about why everyone all of a sudden hates Dave Chappelle? I mean, he's just telling it like it is,
I love Dave Chappelle.
and
think
he's pushing buttons.
Well, Dave Chappelle, I think, addressed it in his last SNL
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
That
know.
was fantastic.
monologue. Where
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should watch it.
Couple
And
weeks ago?
Yeah,
It was like,
he-
it was like 2 weeks.
yeah.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle addresses like Kanye, which Kanye is Kanye.
Jesus, I don't know.
Jesus, holy Jesus. But
I can't get enough of that craziness stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
so,
I
but
love Kanye.
but he addresses some
comedy.
important. He addresses some important parts where Kanye may have more tactfully approached, I guess. Not
So he didn't do well.
I think he approached it completely
Chappelle.
fine. Chappelle.
Oh, okay.
Chappelle did,
Chappelle.
yeah,
Kanye
Chappelle did.
hasn't done a lot of things well.
I mean, I haven't heard about Chappelle getting kicked out of New Balance or
No,
anything.
no.
Right? Was that New Balance? Or was it
Adidas.
Adidas?
well, no,
Adidas.
they booted him from
Yeah,
Adidas, and then he tried walking in on Skechers.
Skechers, that's what it was, yeah.
But yeah, Kanye just needs to talk to his doctor, and but
Cialis might be for you.
yeah, and I don't know what's for him.
That's a different show.
It's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know about Chappelle. Like, Chappelle. Like, he's always spoke his mind, and just I think less people want to listen to the truth that
But
comes
it
from
was
his mind.
glad he came back though,
Yeah.
because remember everybody was like, "Oh, he's done."
You went to Africa.
He's done, and then he comes back and he's stronger than ever.
Well,
It was like a-
he called it right. He's like, listen, I was just done. Why is that so wrong that I was done?
They offered me $100 million or something like that. And
But
he's
you know what?
like,
There's plenty of people that did it. I mean, like
Actually, a lot of the comedians did
a
that.
lot of comedians. I mean, even in like old school comedians. So was it Martin Short? Like,
he raised his kids.
well, he left because
After his wife died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no one ever questioned that. But he didn't make that public.
Yeah.
I mean, Chappelle just ghosted completely. He's
Yeah.
like, but
He's also in the social media time.
he got tired of dealing with all the bullshit from every single end, and
Everywhere,
rightfully so,
every
because
angle.
like, dude, that guy came out and just was real 100% of the time.
Yep.
Like, there was never a moment where he said something where I was like, damn, that guy is like 100% on point with like his point of view, and he did a great job of tying in all angles. Like, he wasn't like bullet pointed, like this is how it is. Like, he did a great job.
He did a great job of breaking like the racial part of it down too.
Yeah.
But
Like,
if you look,
it just
but
didn't matter. He
But if you
attacked
look
everybody.
at all comedians, I mean, even you can go back whatever 70s or whatever, guys or the women, they hot 7 years, 8 years,
Gone.
took a break,
They get tired.
and they come back.
Yeah.
And when they come back, you're still like, you know what? I
Ron
got
White.
you.
Ron
You know,
White
you know,
right now is a
Eddie,
good
like, but you
example.
look at anybody like Eddie, all those early '80s stuff hits the movies, and now then you go, oh, I gotta see Eddie Murphy movie. Chris Rock hits all that stuff, slap, takes a break, and then he comes back with a couple of series or whatever,
Yep.
and it's everybody's done it. So it's not like you might get a couple of comedians where they go, damn, they've been doing this forever straight, But
Well, I mean,
everybody's
even
taking that break.
Even
though.
Jim Carrey took that time
Yeah,
and
but
went
everybody-
full
plus
beer
you
gotta
like
think about,
Brett.
like,
Everybody's taking that break.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, from the stage, I
Could
should
you
say.
could you really
From the
be
stage?
Could you
Well,
really
especially on the
be
stage, because a
poignant
lot-
and that funny all the time though?
like everyone
Yeah.
everyone we mentioned so far, like, yeah, they took that thing into film, and like at
That's-
that point
that's
when you
the
get
thing.
into film, when you go into comedy, and I can't speak for them, but like you're trying
you're
trying
funny. You're funny.
but you're trying to be comedy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you get into film like that.
It's different.
Well,
I would imagine it's a whole nother realm. So anyway,
whole different story.
but
One of my
the-
comedic heroes, and I hate
but
to
the
bring it up,
money's
is Robin
different.
Williams.
yeah.
You can kind of get that sense of
but look at the same
when the
thing.
laughter stops or in your head.
But look at the same thing. Stage, then
Movies.
TV,
Back to stage.
but that's the break to
Yeah.
So there's a couple different ways to look at it. Like if I'm picturing like me being a comedian and then going to acting in my mind. So you're a comedian, you're working like Friday, Saturday nights. As you're coming up, you're trying to pitch as many open mic gigs as you can. You're working your material. Like you're choosing the less popular gigs. You're testing material out, and then you're Friday, Saturday night. You're like that. That's when you make your money. You're working a Friday, Saturday night. Now you're working a movie. Okay, you're making way more money than you ever imagined. But you're working like
you don't have.
You're working 7 days a week. You're working nights. You're working weekends. You don't have control. You're maybe rehearsing your lines, but you're not testing your material. So like, if it were me, I'm exhausted. Like I used to work Friday, Saturday nights, and I test my shit out, and maybe I work at a side gig. It's like, and a lot of those people in the entertainment industry, they're introverts. They don't work well under pressure. Or they're like the people with a creative sense. Like I
think it's hard to be funny when you have to be funny.
And that's another part of it. Like then it becomes like something expected of you. Because like
look at Robin Williams.
And then everything.
Yeah,
Else,
that's what I was saying.
And everything
one of my heroes.
Yeah, like you want to take a break from comedy. Sure, you can take a couple weekends off.
Yeah.
You want to take a break from film, you got to wait till your 6 or 8 month or year-long film.
Somebody might not sign you back.
And like so then sure. I used to be able to take a 3-week break while I was a stand-up, and then I could recharge. But now I'm filming for a fucking year and a half. Yeah. Damn right, I'm going to take a year and a half off to recharge, maybe come up with some material.
And just think, when you're a comedian, like you got to be funny
right now
all the time. Like, you're in a movie, got to be funny. You're in a commercial, got to be funny. You're on,
you're hosting the Oscars. You gotta be funny.
You gotta be funny.
Yeah.
The same thing with music. It's the same thing. Like everybody, like the expectation of
you're a
what
character.
You gotta do.
You're not a person anymore.
Right.
You're a character.
Right.
I mean, think about like Jim Carrey trying to do a serious character.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does great at it, but how long did that take?
How long did it take?
Robin Williams. Iconic in every role he ever did. But like you go to see that first like non-comedic Robin Williams role, you're like, what the shit is this?
That was a pretty good non-comedic Robin Williams role.
True that.
I mean,
no, I'm not. But like, you go into it and you expect Robin Williams that and you get Robin Williams that is like, honestly, dramatic. Robin Williams is.
I mean, Dead Poet Society.
Oh yeah.
I just watched the one the other day where he his wife dies and he dies.
Well, that's a tearjerker.
He goes to try to save her in hell.
What? Robin Williams?
Yeah. So she must commit suicide. Then he goes after her to try to save her soul. And at the end of the movie, there are 2 little kids again playing. They decide to go back and be reincarnated as 2 little kids to find each other again. Here I'll look it up. I forget the name of
Did Ben Affleck and Matt Damon write it?
Matt Damon dies.
Oh, he's in it?
No.
But think about that, like,
here's your fucking double burger.
Think about like every instance in your life where like one thing made someone famous, and then they try
Monica Lewinsky.
Exactly. What has she ever done?
She blew her whole career.
She blew her whole career.
Wow.
And that of other yes. But yeah, people come on this trajectory, and you're just like, Chris Rock was one. I mean, Eddie Murphy was one. I mean, Eddie Murphy like transitioned to movies perfectly.
Right.
Yeah.
And he got into like these comedic but semi-dramatic roles. You think about like Trading Places
Axel
and stuff
Foley.
like that. Yeah, well, I mean, I think Trading Places was before Beverly Hills Cop, but then Beverly Hills Cop, like, where
Shrek.
like he got an example.
Shrek's great.
He got the opportunity to show comedic with dramedy, but then
you're
with
a donkey.
drama. But like a Jim Carrey, where like he came in like almost like just full slapstick.
I think Truman Show really.
Truman Show
fucked
was
with him.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I think that was more of an expose of what he was going through in his life.
No, well, what really messed with him was Man in the Moon. And if you see interviews, him pre and post Man in the Moon, where like he really immersed himself in
character. Yeah,
My name is Laka.
He played
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman, thank you. He really dove in, and Andy Kaufman was a Canadian also.
Well, they were,
I think,
the documentary a long time ago, they were very concerned about him because he would not come out of character.
He never came out of character.
Yeah, and they
in
were
public,
really,
on set, like everywhere.
Who's that? Kaufman?
No,
Jim
No, Jim
Carrey
Carrey
as Kaufman. Like he
was in an REM video too.
Weird.
Carry
No one goes.
carry
"If
the
you
one.
believe."
I think the
It put a man on the moon.
Yeah, that came out first.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
Robin Williams movie
It was written
uh,
about Jim Carrey.
Hook?
What Dreams May Come.
Was Robert Downey Jr. in that?
I don't think so.
No, I think that's In Dreams. They filmed it in Quab and Amherst. Some of those.
Is that the one where they're like,
the apple farm?
where it was like someone's possessed or like?
I don't know if it's a possession, but
or like
I think it's called In Dreams.
Yeah, I don't see that he was in this.
I'm gonna excuse myself for the restroom.
Yeah, so the premise of the story is he meets his soulmate, Annie, marries her, and has 2 children. The children die in a car accident, and he dies 4 years after that.
This sounds like bad.
He ends up in heaven, is guided by a friendly guardian angel. She commits suicide, and then he desperately searches for her.
Kill your
Yeah, so he goes down to hell to go find her and bring her back to heaven so they can be reincarnated and find themselves again.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a Krampus version of It's a Wonderful Life.
If I was on acid.
It's the remake.
George, you're going to hell.
It's the remake.
It's the remake.
Oh, man.
Puff Daddy remix.
Puff Daddy, man.
Tell me who's hot, who's not, who's hot, who's step on a dope spot.
What's Mace up to nowadays?
Church.
He's awesome.
He's
Still,
church.
huh? Yeah, he got
Yeah.
into, yeah, he
He got
found
his
God.
religified, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why does that happen, do you think?
We find God.
Well, no, I understand you go through some kind of life experience.
Well, you get
but
all them dudes. All them dudes, they make
Yeah.
they what?
Make it big.
Make mad money that you never had before. Like all the stuff that they never had. Women, money, houses, cars, and then all of a sudden they're like, I need to figure this
I
out.
messed up a lot in my past.
No, that's basically what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember when my dad found God.
When you have a chance.
So he thought he had bone cancer.
So I didn't mean to be insensitive about that. I didn't know that
What's that?
your father went through that process of finding God.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, him
Well.
and my mother were both reborn Christians at a certain point. And he, it was interesting. So he, before he had surgery, he kicked everybody out of the room, brings me in, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's the talk. You dread that talk. And he goes, hey, I just want to let you know I had a dream and I talked to God. And so then I think I'm looking to see if they hooked him up to the IVs already. Are we tripping?
I thought he was going to tell you about the birds and the bees.
He goes, at 25 years old, I think it's time. And I know you had 1 kid already, but it's time.
I want you to know how that happened.
Jeffrey, sit down.
I'm like, Dad, this is weird. And he said, I just want to let you know that God said I'm going to be perfectly fine today. I'm like, well, Dad, they say it's bone cancer. And he's like, yeah, it's not. He goes, but if I make it out of this and I get cured, I'm going to devote my life to God. Well, sure enough, it comes out and it's bladder cancer.
Is that better?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he had all these weird cancers, and of course, as he gets older, we find out, why.
Something, yeah.
But so he did all that stuff, and I asked him when he found out he was dying. I said to him, are you mad? Because I'd be pissed,
I don't know.
And he looked at me, and so I use this analogy for a lot of things in my life because it impacted me that much.
Yeah.
He looked at me and he goes, I was mad for the longest time. And he goes, and then I thought about it. I'm taking someone's place who's not strong enough to go through it on their own. And I said, wow, man, that was huge, right?
Okay.
But he was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he went out with this this, I don't know how to say it, like this knight, this in shining armor kind of thing, very.
Yeah. I'm owning this.
Yeah. And right to the end.
I think that's how I would be with it too. At that point, I'd be like, you know what? I lived my life. I've made a lot of mistakes. It's time. It's just it's what's happening.
We and the wife, we talk all the time.
And I wouldn't pay the bills.
How much of this, would you really go back and redo things that, or is it the fact that we have to go through all this stuff to get us where we're at now?
I would never sell my 76 Bronco.
Well, that was a great. Yeah, I can't blame you.
I wouldn't sell a 76 Bronco either.
I wouldn't have went to. I wouldn't have went to Daytona with Brett in '97, '96.
Yeah, actually,
Which resulted in me selling my 76 Bronco.
Oh, Brett, you're the person.
I saw you.
No,
And
no,
you know
no.
where I'm going with that. Yeah.
No.
I actually bumped into you.
Yeah.
Like literally bumped into you.
Yeah. Brett,
I
Which is a
advised.
Griff
whole
was
other-
on spring break.
I
and Brett
advised-
were just drinking.
Whole other podcast right there.
I advised against it.
Yeah.
I gave one recommendation.
And blades were not allowed.
I gave one recommendation, and it was ignored. And I guess eventually the subsequent,
I had to sell my truck.
yeah, it was Domino's. The Butterfly Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Butterfly Effect.
another great flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every now
So-
and then, butterfly smacks me in the face just to
Yeah.
remind me.
So just just listen to me. It's
Yeah. Never made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. All right, boys.
Never met a toilet I haven't kicked in the mall. Like,
I punched that
Barefoot.
toilet. I never kicked it. I punched it.
We are at 2
It
hours.
deserved it too. That thing wouldn't flush.
2 hours.
That's
huh?
it?
2 hours already.
Ouch.
That's it.
man, I'd
Yeah.
go for another 2.
Yeah.
I know we could,
Well, we know you can save at least 5 minutes because I went to the
but
bathroom.
I gotta edit this shit.
Yeah.
That's not our problem.
You know what though? I've
Make
really,
it a double. Let's keep going. Make it a double episode.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've really become.
Double LP.
New Year's.
All eyes on me.
Yeah.
Griff's gonna change.
Life after death.
All
I
eyes on
mean,
me. Life after death. You know.
make it a double album.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Speaker box.
yeah,
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
all the double albums.
Double
yeah,
LPs,
yeah.
man.
House of the Holy.
House of the Holy. No.
Wrong one.
Jimmy's
Physical
got some
graffiti.
doubles. Jimmy's got some doubles.
Jimmy's got
Prince
double.
has some doubles.
Prince definitely has a
is-
double.
Prince, man, bring
Gators
that back.
bitches don't use Jimmy's.
Yeah. You got the other guys.
I tell you what, I'd love to play some Purple Rain right now. God
yeah,
damn
oh,
that music.
jeez.
I'm not sleeping with you.
You set that up as the fade out music when you edit this.
Ooh.
There's got to be a way that I can
Purple
play this stuff without getting gonged.
I sing it.
I'll research that this week, but you don't see anybody doing it really. So it must be that you
But
get.
definitely with Prince, how many copyrights are on that, man?
You have your sperm guitar.
The podcaster formerly known as Pluff.
Purple Rain.
And it's perfect. It's a P.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll alter that symbol. We'll just add like an extra flourish on it.
Like,
That might be the next.
Yeah.
That might be the next picture.
I knew that
man.
guy back when he was Plouf. Now he's like some symbol. Yeah.
Now he's some symbol.
All right, Brett, let him have it.
Nah, I got nothing. I'm just glad to hang out with you guys tonight.
No, this was a fun
You
night,
know,
man. This was a fun night. And Dan was a nice surprise. I wasn't
yeah.
expecting.
No,
Dan
I
tonight.
purposely, I
Surprise.
knew we had the space, and I was like, dude, I'm like, Griff's gonna be there. You know, we're bringing it back.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I appreciate being let on the mic again.
Yeah, you're always welcome. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
Fun-
what the podcast
fun-
is for.
Rock and Michael
Fun
of,
company, man.
to the extreme, Rock and Michael of Vandal.
Hey,
Light up a stage and watch you jump.
so I just had a thought.
Yeah,
Okay, crazy shit.
Yeah.
Next year we have our reunion.
that's next week.
It better not be because
Yeah.
I am not prepared.
All right,
Oh,
next
I know where
year
you're going.
week
It's
we
It's
have
like a week and a half.
I know you're
Yeah.
going.
Is it really?
What?
We
Dude,
do
Chris-
live.
no.
We do live.
Dude,
Oh.
Christmas is in 4 or
No,
5 days.
our reunion.
dude.
It's
Talk
not
to
next
him.
week.
Talk
Hey.
to
Oh
him.
no,
Hey,
no.
Talk to him.
We do an episode live from the school reunion.
Yes.
Yes.
Talk to him.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we
Baba
set it
Booey.
up. We set it up because I can bring all this stuff with us
Yeah.
now. This
Baba
is
Booey.
portable.
Baba Boo.
Oh, I said we just have the reunion here.
I mean, we could. We could. Man, we
Nah.
cycle people out.
We
and
go
stuff,
down to
yeah.
Brett's
Just
campground.
have like a little line over there.
Fa fluha. Actually, that's
But no,
actually,
yeah, dude.
no.
Yeah, do a recording.
Yeah.
we could bring everybody up.
No, like on the real, you think
How
about
are you
it.
doing?
Who else? Okay, who else from the class is doing something like that?
And well,
Nobody.
other than Shelby,
Yeah, but she's got those like Love
Different.
Boat videos.
It's
okay.
different. It's different. But just saying, and you do it live, we get a venue.
and she ain't the ploof.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I don't know if you do it live because
No.
if you do
yeah,
the
you gotta be
event
careful
right,
with live.
Well,
you gotta be
well,
careful with
no,
live,
no.
yeah.
But if you do the event right, anybody that's gonna watch it live is already there.
No,
but
no.
you do a
But yeah,
podcast at
but yeah,
the
do
yeah,
it,
yeah,
do
yeah,
it, yeah.
at the reunion.
yeah, we could do that. And the other thing I want to do
Don't
too.
take the idea.
Yeah.
Anybody out there?
Yeah.
Don't take it.
We'll know because we already said it. We'll come after you. With
Copyright, you can't handle the plouf.com.
The vengeance of the plouf.
2022.
Let this soup fool you.
Bunny gonna get you.
But here's what I want to do, though. I want to do a live event on Facebook to all, so people can see how this goes.
The Facebook?
The Facebook.
Can we
The
bring
Facebook.
Tom from MySpace?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to invite him.
He was my first friend.
He was.
Yes,
You know
mine
what?
too.
Everybody dismisses that guy. He was my first friend, too.
I think he just actually had a
My
thing
first digital
with
friend.
Elon Musk on Twitter where he said something to him. I saw
They kinda look alike.
like a news thing.
Yeah.
And it's like Tom responded to one of Elon's decisions. And I think it was great. I didn't look at the article, but
Yeah.
I'm like, that
So
makes
I'm
sense.
telling you,
I mean, he never replied to my messages, but he was the
Yeah.
first guy to befriend me. So
it's just that familiar face.
Yeah.
You logged on, you saw Tom, you're like,
Yeah.
nah, life is good.
He
He looked like a dork
like
and he had a
yeah.
busy.
t-shirt
He
on.
always looked busy. He's like,
yeah. I don't know what was on that dry erase
Yeah,
board,
exactly.
but he looked intent. He was like, whatever.
the cure for cancer could have been on there. I couldn't
Yeah.
see it.
Something did come up, and I did read it once, and he's like, well, someone was giving him a hard time about having a failing social media platform. He's like, my apologies, but he's like, bitch, I'm floating on a yacht in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I sold it for X million dollars, and
I think I
failed.
turned out okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Zuckerberg just lost 40% of his
Yeah.
net worth
Yeah.
in like a month, because he's hanging on.
What about that crypto guy?
That's a whole nother thing.
That fire.
That's
or-
more of an Enron
Oh,
embezzlement thing. That's a completely different thing. There's one of holding on to something for too long.
Yeah.
Just because, and
Tom is the epitome of selling out
yeah.
at the right time.
Oh, so is
Did
Elon,
you see that
if you
someone's
think about
suing
it.
Tom Brady now?
Well,
No,
because
not
they
Tom
different
Brady.
Tom, but yeah, the FTX thing.
Tom Fire or whatever.
No, I thought it was Tom Brady.
FRB.
Well, no. Well, there's a different. We're talking about Tom from MySpace.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying,
Yeah, the Tom
the whole
Brady-
crypto thing.
Yeah.
So we actually talked. I talked to
FRB, right?
FTX.
Yeah,
FTX.
FTX.
I talked
Some-
about that with a coworker at work, and we were talking about the what's the liability on a celebrity endorsement? So you think about Gatorade, right? And you got celebrities endorsing Gatorade left and right, and I'm just using that as an example, and there's plenty of just different supplements, energy drinks, and so someone pays you money, and you're like, hey man, use your influence for whoever's a big fan of you.
So you're thinking of backlash liability because it didn't perform?
Well, so people are suing, like Tom Brady because he came on and was just like, oh
Endorse
yeah,
it, yeah.
FTX, I endorse this, but nobody holds any regard for every other product that Tom Brady or let's use sports as an example, none of that stuff that most sports influencers use increase your performance.
Seriously,
Hard work.
Giselle didn't influence or increase his performance.
Yeah, hard work and dedication and
I'm not listening to
practice,
him.
make up the bulk of what most what
You know what, brother?
athletes
You know what, brother?
endorse.
Train, say your prayers,
So,
eat your vitamins.
Exactly.
That motherfucker endorsed everything.
Exactly.
It was 24-inch pythons.
The only thing he didn't endorse was steroids, and that was what made up most of his success.
Yeah, but
but even
I trust him
professional-
more.
But even professional wrestlers,
Liver
professional
King?
wrestlers.
In the flesh, baby.
Thunder lips, baby.
let me tell you something.
But it's so
Cream of the crop.
The cream always
rises.
always
That's
rises.
macho.
My Hulkamaniacs.
He had his cup of coffee.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're a celebrity and you endorse something, let's just say you're big and famous, and you endorse something, and I'm like, yes, I love this guy. I'm a big fan of Jeff Plouffe's podcast, so I'm gonna. Oh yeah. So So I'm gonna buy his cologne, and it gave me cancer.
Oh no.
Bad.
But it's not even your cologne. You just said you wear it. Why are you liable?
Yeah. No, I get it.
People just want to sue when they get get the
so
shaft.
I'm not afraid of really any sports, but so we'll include Tom Brady, but I'm definitely not gonna
Blame them.
embrace any financial advice a quarterback of the New England or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers gives me.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what. I live my life by Tom Brady.
The only
You
financial
ever look
advice
into
I'll
his
take
eyes?
from him
No.
You look into those eyes and you'll follow him.
No, I'm not
Two
looking.
people. I'm not looking at Prince in his eyes
Yeah.
or Tom
My friend.
Brady.
No.
If you give up Giselle for football and a bunch of naked dudes in the locker room,
Listen,
nah,
she might not be all
We don't.
cracked up.
No.
We don't know the story. We don't know.
We don't know it. Yeah.
no.
Listen,
it's all
he
speculation.
is a beautiful
bunch-
man, and I will not let you talk.
A bunch of
no,
naked
you
guys in the
shot-
locker room.
Look, I tried to tell Tom beforehand. I tried to tell him, leave Giselle alone. I tried to tell him, but he didn't want to
Hey,
listen.
Michelle Monaghan?
He didn't want to listen.
I don't know.
Listen, when Tom said he was on that crazy diet, I wanted to be on that crazy diet.
That's why you get sick.
What, some avocado
I don't know.
shakes?
He was eating some
I'm
crazy
just eating
shit.
tomato skins.
Well, yeah,
with-
he's like, I ate
Water.
tomato, like strawberries today.
Yeah.
No, he's vegan.
Yeah. So, but
when were you ever vegan?
never. But I'm saying it made me want
Oh, you
to.
wanted
be-
to try.
No, he said he wanted.
There was
to
like
do
a
Yeah.
15-minute span on a
Yeah.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
like,
Like-
between 10 and 10:15. I'm like,
it. You remember that
you know?
podcast?
He had me at strawberries, and then after that, I was like, okay, we're breaking up because
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Once Giselle said he can't throw the ball and catch it himself, I was
Well,
like,
you know what?
She's right.
I will have you know this.
I mean, that's the brains.
That's
in the
bars right
relationship there.
Just so I'm transparent.
that
on
is
the
the brains
podcast
of the
here,
operation.
Brady is on my fantasy football league.
Okay.
Yep, and he.
Can you send him a message? Can you
he-
invite him?
Yeah.
Well,
On?
I'll tell you what, he has not been performing.
Can
I'll tell
we
you that.
please dial him in?
So let's see what he got last week
Can you,
for.
can you Bluetooth him in on this?
I'm
thing?
pretty
he's
sure
per-
he lost.
Also, it just changed. It just updated my thing. So he's now projected to only 18 points.
Yeah.
How pathetic is that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if
Well, I
I were a
mean,
professional football player,
22 years ago, that would have been 42
that
points.
times 0.
Right?
Like,
Double
I
it
don't
easy.
discount
Double.
what he did. I truly appreciate everything he's accomplished. I was the closet Patriots fan just because of what was happening and where I live. You can't get away from it. He's amazing. He's the greatest. It's like Messi.
Hey,
Like-
after he beat my Falcons in that Super Bowl. man, I'm a
I mean,
believer.
you look at
I can't
he is
say that. I
amazing.
can't
You look
say
at
nothing.
Messi right
I can't
now.
say nothing. I can't say nothing.
Messi is by far the best soccer football player ever.
Football.
But
Football.
had he not won the World Cup,
He'd be
how many people would be like, "No, he's
talking trash?
Yeah.
No, fuck that, man."
See, I don't like any sports
even
at all.
without
Like, so,
that,
like,
he was the best. I'm
can
a
look at
diehard. I'm French. I'm a France fan. Mbappe had a hat trick and an extra. Messi and Argentina outplayed France from the minute the game started, and I'm happy to go out watching the best sporting event I've ever seen come down to penalty kicks.
Yeah. Makes for a good
I don't know what that means.
Makes for a good game.
You just said it all, man.
Yeah.
You said it.
He's proud of you. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He respects it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
You don't recognize that?
We got to
I wasn't quite sure if I was
That
getting
was
laid
just
up
like,
or
no, that was just like,
It was either that or you farted and it was something nasty.
no. Messi by far. I wouldn't want to lose as a the French team. I would think they would go out being like, man, we went we went punch the punch for the best team in the world. That's German.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
a little
close.
German in there.
I mean,
But
you
you know
had
what
it
I'm
up
saying?
at the
We took we were down to the 79th minute. We scored. We tied it in the 81st. We went to overtime. It came down to penalty kicks. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was a great game. I don't care if you like sports or not.
And if you notice, he was part of it because he said
yeah,
we.
he did say
Yeah.
we.
So
we
we
as in
lost.
yes.
We see.
We
Or
as in yes,
it was a
and
whole
we
bunch of
as in
yeses.
us.
It was all
It was like,
yeses.
yes,
It was
we
a-
lost.
It was a us and a yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we went in together.
We.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, can I close out the Christmas episode with like
Yeah. Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous français? This Smoppy
Fargan,
Sue.
it's Fargan War.
This is Fargen War. I don't think that was French, but we'll go with it.
I knocked down this fucking wall, this fucking wall. All right,
like-
we got to shut this down because I got to get to bed. What time is it
Word.
now? What are we looking at right now?
8:40.
8:30.
It's eight-
Jesus
it's
Christ.
8 o'clock.
Oh, my God. I should have been in bed by
It's 8
now.
o'clock.
It's 8
Jesus
o'clock.
Christ.
They're still playing bingo down the street.
Oh shit! We
So
passed the pickleball
So
course.
we just found out that there's another place down the street, Monday Night Bingo.
I said this because I knew it was going to get him talking
Love bingo.
again.
I love bingo. So I won $1,200 not too long ago.
How many times?
69.
Yeah. Whoa, 69.
So we have a thing with 069, right?
Before and after.
Those are all numbers.
No. They
Yeah.
say it all
Oh,
the
those
time.
are sayings.
Say
Like
it
if
all the
before
time.
comes up, everybody's like,
Everybody
and
says it.
after.
So every time 069 comes up, me and my buddy Sean, we go, oh, yeah. And then
Can I get a, oh, yeah.
his wife Laura gets so pissed at us. And then the 22, he pulls out his little whistle. He does the train. It's the funniest thing. I eat it all up.
Yeah, what are the other ones? It's like before and
66.
after.
They do the rattle or the
Yeah.
harmonica.
Yeah.
There's a couple
There's
of others.
before and
There's a
after.
couple other.
Yeah,
There's B11 chicken legs.
yeah.
So he has a chicken. He does the chicken.
Shit, you know more of them than I do, dude.
Love it. I love
I'm
it.
starting to worry about you.
I got no life. This is what I do.
I remember that on the next cruise we go on.
Yeah. All right. Shutting it down.
Shut it down, John.
Shut
Taffer.
it
Gotta
down.
come to an end.
Where's
Shut
John
him
Taffer?
down.
Shut it down.
It's got to come to an end.
Shut it down.
Shut him down.
I usually an hour and a half, and I cut it down.
This is
It's an
real.
hour, 2 hours and 15,
This is
17
real.
minutes.
Yeah.
It's been good.
You have like
Yeah.
42 minutes of really good stuff.
I'll boil that down to 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we're good.
Yeah, now we have YouTube. We on YouTube Shorts before you know it.
We have a whole reel.
All right, you want to give a shout out, Brett?
You know, I think we tried doing this a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm just happy everybody's here. You know,
All right,
yeah,
fair
IQ
enough.
Inc. You know, right on IQ-Inc.com.
Dosh.
Dosh,
Dosh.
you know, Dosh,
Dosh
0.0. Yeah, Dosh
You
Boo.
think it?
We
Brett
ink
inks
it.
it.
You think it, we ink it.
Ooh.
That's my.
Yeah, no, that's actually Dan's catchphrase. Yeah,
I'm a catchphrase master.
yeah. You think it, we ink it. And yeah, hey, you know, I'm gonna let Matt speak for IQ Inc.
Yeah,
you go.
because I'm gonna segue right to that because I thought it and they inked it up. So
It doesn't rhyme, dude.
a definite. I know it didn't rhyme, but a definite shout out to IQ Inc.
You thought it,
They did a
and you
great
bought it.
fundraiser for our team and greatly appreciated. And it's been the talk of the town for the past couple of weeks. So Brett, Paula, thank you, much appreciated. Products were amazing. Everybody's been wearing them. So can't thank you enough. But IQ Inc. And we got something else coming too. Something else is coming. Something else is coming.
So no, you know, what, I'll elaborate. You know, we were really happy to work with Matt.
He finally paid his bill.
Yeah, no,
No, I didn't pay. Everybody paid it
goes, "We're finally
because that's part of the service. It was all an online store, so
I'm just here to
everybody
make you
did.
laugh.
Everybody did their thing online.
yeah. So
Way to do it.
You know, I'll elaborate a little bit. You know, Matt came to us an idea. It was like a ugly sweater type thing for a local track team, and.
Did you just put all the other teams, your opponents?
No, so you know,
Shameless plug, right
yeah.
there.
Oh, there it is.
yeah. So
There it is.
what we came up with was, you know, like a sweater theme for the track team. But then we were able to kind of eliminate the track team specific part of it and make it just a high school specific, like ugly sweater type T-shirt
For the whole town.
for the whole town.
West Springfield bottom that bad?
Got it.
Awesome.
And you know, we set up a web store for, you know, for the high school, and people could just go on, and we just set up like, you know, we got to order between this date and this date, and then after the cutoff date, we got everything rolled out, and we dropped off, you know, so everybody saved on shipping. We dropped off all the orders, I think, at the school, right?
Yes.
And with all labels, like who they belong to, and everybody could just like disperse them from there. And it was, you know, it was one of the first times we've done something like that. We've done a few others, but that was like the largest order we've done, and it worked out awesome. Like we had the idea.
Over 100 were bought.
Yeah.
On a web
Yeah.
page, like a web store?
Yeah, we set up a web store,
Nice.
and like, you know, so basically we and we can do this for really anything. We once the design was decided upon, like this is it, and we're like, okay, you know, you promote this web store link from X date to X date, and everything that comes in, we'll shut it off here, and we'll get it printed, and we'll deliver it labeled, and
Bagged.
basically,
It was in a bag.
yeah,
Jesus.
and basically what we said was like,
It's all
you know,
about the bag.
Those are all the black bags
this
you
is-
got
it
from
was bagged.
the liquor store.
yeah, this is the cost for print. This is the cost for, you know, the print. And then, you know, the website will be with whatever kind of margin you want for your fundraiser.
Oh, nice.
And then, that's one of the things that, since I'm seeing Matt tonight, I delivered a check to Matt tonight as a fundraiser for, this, school funds and some sort. Basically it was a fundraiser. It worked out really well.
Best.
There you go. Yeah.
Martino, I'm taking the You Think They Ink. So
you think they ink it.
That'll be
We
the
still have to
next.
do some T-shirts for the You Can't Handle the Plove podcast.
Yeah, we had the little copyright,
we had to deal with that issue.
trademark.
Yeah.
We made some
Yeah.
good T-shirts, but apparently the image we used was no bueno.
Ouch.
So we backed it up with another one.
Yep.
And
It's got to be Christopher Walken with the watch.
and I think it's gonna.
That's probably not legal either.
I think it's gonna evolve a little bit more. That's not quite where I want it to be. I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit because we're going full force into 2023 with this podcast. We're taking it to a
You
whole
took
new
a little
level.
time off.
Yeah, I had a temporary position that I took at work. I wanted to.
I heard it was doggy style.
Might have been. Well, that was
He got boned. If that's
that was
what
the
I've heard.
That's a good LP too, right there.
Yeah.
I don't
And,
mean to always bring down our conversations.
So we're definitely going to switch it up. We're gonna. I really want to drive it forward going into 2023. So I got some things in the works. This was a great addition to the kind of tapping out the year. I can't thank you guys enough for being on here. This was so much fun.
Appreciate
Thank you for
it, man.
having me. I
Love
bring
it.
nothing
Nice
to the
surprise.
table but comedic Baba Booey shit.
Well, and you're handsome,
But,
so you got that going for you too.
Oh, I mean,
That's
I
true.
think that.
You
My
are-
mom always told me that.
you are a looker.
I mean, every one of us, our moms told us.
I am sitting next to the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, and that's
Sorry, I
true.
didn't let the facial. I'm the only one over here that ain't got
Yeah.
no facial hair.
You can
It's
sit
all
on his
good.
lap and tell him what you want for Easter later.
Every time I think of Matt, I think of skin so soft.
It's so soft,
Face
face
so
so
ugly.
ugly.
Yeah.
All right, you scoundrels.
Hey.
We're gonna
Merry
wrap up.
Christmas to everybody out there and wherever you are in YouTube land.
All right. Peace. Merry Christmas.